Here we go, guys. Jeekly Academy number 15. We got Coffee Fields 101 over here on this Kai, taking JoFitz to that corner. Man, I'm in love with all the yellow colors in Strive. I never get to see yellow Chipp. I'm gonna keep it real, Joe. This is one of my first time seeing this yellow Chipp, so glad seeing you out here on it. Coffee Fields taking you through this wall, starting us off. Very strong Kai at the beginning of this round. Loving what we're seeing. The Matcherino is not at $111, by the way. Shoutouts to the Jeekly Open that we normally run on Fridays, every Friday. Today we are running the Jeekly Academy. This is a bi-weekly beginner bracket for Guilty Gear Strive. We run it on Saturdays at 1 p.m. EST. Everybody up here showing today, either they are an East Coaster playing in the afternoon, or they're on that Pacific Coast, and they are up here early as hell. Great stuff right there, able to get around that RTL from JoFitz, trying to get on these jump-ins. Coffee got you with that punish, but sending it with this super. You guys are familiar with this super around here in the Academy. Look at that damage. We got that Alpha Blade for the mix. Looks like it's going to be the low on that 2D. But the throw on that jump-in. Coffee did get the RC, but didn't confirm it on that throw in time, but it's going to keep that PRC safe. Couldn't get that dire clap follow-up after. One more hit will take it. Even a chip on the stum edge will do it. But Coffee Fields getting counter hit here in the corner. Joe on a clencher, able to close out that first round. Keeping back JoFitz here. Alpha Blade's coming out. Like what we're seeing. Coffee very patient there in the corner. Letting Joe run that pressure for a second. Just looking for our opportunity. And then in that stagger, able to get that full charge dust, man. Those can be tricky. Those can be tricky. Like I said, we're on the West Coast today, some of us. So maybe we're just waking up, man. These full charge dusts, they be hitting me right now. I'm going to keep it a buck. Especially on hit with that 2K, that 2D. Joe probably thought, okay, I'm out of this one. But Coffee instead going for that charge dust. Able to take this first game. There was homework. Did anyone do their homework assigned by Jeek? Launcher, you're so funny. Yeah. Shout out to another Chipp player. I won't spoil who it was. Using that super quite a bit. And I told everyone, I said, go home. Go home and learn how to punish that damn super. But of course, if you get hit, there is no punish. That means you just got hit. Here we go. Getting over that Fuja arc. JoFitz tried to go for that Gamma Blade after Coffee was ready with a burst. A trade hit, but we're both in the air, so no one gets real oaky after that. I think that Coffee probably has that advantage from full screen more than Chipp, of course, because you, of course, have those projectiles. You have that far-reaching far slash. You can, if you want to get in, you have the Fuja arc to close that distance. But I think Joe has good buttons to fight back against Kai, right? Because Kai is pretty linear in terms of where he covers on the screen. Unless he's pressing that far slash, that's the only way he can cover in front of him. He, of course, he can do low with 2S with Stun Dipper. But if Joe is doing rope approaches, doing these triple jump approaches, you know, Coffee's going to have a little bit more trouble with it outside of just 6P and doing some air-to-airs back. I like that 5P. You got to press those buttons quick. Coffee not holding that, though. Getting these counter hits. Not a big combo after, but we got that Gamma Blade. We got all this meter built up. We just need one more hit into a confirm. But Coffee instead going for that 2K5D red RC. Joe spending that burst. Coffee slowed things down with that PRC, probably looking for the burst. Try to get a Hail Mary Vapor Thrust right there. Joe only needs one more hit in the red RC. You can see that he's trying to go for it right here. Able to get that Gamma Blade confirmed. Great stuff, JoFitz. Great stuff, JoFitz. All right, we're going to the last round again. Both these gamers are gaming out here, man. We're going to scoop you down with that Fuja arc. Good stuff. Like I was saying, it's kind of hard to keep that Chipp approach down if they're going for that rope, if they're going for that triple jump. But Coffee showing us that 2K5D, going to confirm that JP into RTL. Great combo right there from Coffee Fields. But we're going down to that last round, man. JoFitz has some mix, has some ways to keep Coffee guessing. But we were the ones that get the hit this time, our Kai player. Great stuff. A lot of Kais in the Academy. Kais, I mean, I think Kai is a perfect character in this game, let alone not just for beginners, right? Because, like, it's obviously like a, you know, he's the Shoto, right? I don't need to over-explain it. He's the Shoto character. But with that, he also has some pretty high-level stuff as well. And you can always take him a little bit further. You got your B&Bs, of course, and you can kind of approach matchups in a, you know, it's, I think the advantage that Kai has over a lot of other characters in this game is that because his tools are probably a little bit more, like, blatantly understandable, or at least at your first glance understandable, it's easier to approach matchups you don't know, right? And that's one crazy thing about this game. Unfortunately, couldn't keep that Vapor Thrust confirm after on that shock state. We sent it right back. JoFitz going to a simple confirm with that counter hit super, and that's all you need, man. These tournament safe combos dealing a lot of damage. Look at that, and that's what you need because you're on a pixel. That Faust's going to take you out. Good stuff, Coffee on set point. But to finish my point, man, like, you be playing against some weird characters in this game, and if your character also has niche tools, it can be kind of hard to understand, how do I keep them out, how do I get my stuff going? But for Kai, because it's so, I mean, I don't want to say simple, they're just like, look, I mean, they're understandable tools. You're able to say, okay, well, if I'm getting beat up by this, like, little pixie ninja guy flying around me and stuff, how can I deal with that? I guess I got my 5P button, I got my Foudre Arc to scoop him out, I got my Far Slash to stuff him, you know? Big poke. Big poke. Shouts to the Twitch chat. If you guys are watching the VOD, you got to check us live on twitch.tv/itsjeek. Appreciate you coming in regardless, wherever you're watching. JoFitz, definitely liking this show we're getting with that 6K. Didn't confirm into the RC, unfortunately. But we got it with that 6S after. That 6H, rather. Great stuff, Joe. Regardless of what this set count ends up being, man, you gotta give it to both of our players for going to the last round every time. Try to get that really deep punish right there, but Coffee was ready back with that 6P. I like these Vapor Thrust combos. So sick if you can get that shock state applied, get that Vapor Thrust after. Oh, there you go. Joe saying, hey, I'm not going to hold that little leggy into the 5D any longer. Coffee tried to do it with the 5K this time. Stun Dipper is going to get the hit. BRC to try to push us back a bit. And I like that, man. That Alpha Blade whiff into the jump normal back. You got the punish, Coffee. Good stuff. Simple punish. That's all you need, man. Tournament safe. Coffee Field able to close this one out, but Joe was cooking there on that chip. Here we go, guys. Moving on through this academy. You got SheerHeartDefend playing here on this Eno up against CakeCat playing this Testament. Now this can be a hell of a matchup, right? So of course Cake does have a lot of projectiles to keep that Eno back. But if Eno wins that neutral RPS, that approach, whether we're going high, low, projectiling you back, it can be kind of hard to wake up against that Eno. Great teleport combo there from CakeCat, sending SheerHeart through the wall. Great stuff. Going for a reversal super here, that projectile super. SheerHeart loves that super, man. I think it's the, if this is the Eno I'm thinking of, shout out to the Clash reunion. Shout out to a previous academy. I think SheerHeart has done really well in them before. CakeCat making you work at least in this round, but that reversal super is going to come out. Great stuff, SheerHeart. You got to be careful when SheerHeart's got that 50 tension, man, because they are going to use it. SheerHeart is going to use it. There you go. Great stuff right there. So you got that stain applied. So then all of these 6Ps are so deadly after. Tried to get a pickup on that 6H after, but SheerHeart dancing around you with that hover dash a little too high for that Arbiter super. Able to duck under the second hit of that overhead, the JD, but SheerHeart still able to get this wall break. Does have a lot of tension built up. This needs a chance to use it. Cake trying to get something started with that Arbiter, but was a little too close. SheerHeart going to send it on this super, not close enough to actually get that grab. Cake does get the punish with the Wild Assault, able to get under that HCL as well. Oh, man, that could have been such a gnarly pickup from CakeCat, and what a good answer against this Eno, right? That 5K hits a lot of approach ranges, at least if we're hover dashing. Of course, SheerHeart does have the stroke to get under. But if we're sending it on this MLA or hover dash or these sultry performances, that 5K is a pretty good answer. You saw CakeCat showing you right there why. You know, 5K being able to link into 6H after. But Cat's going to be coming up on this Elphelt We got a few characters over here now. CakeCat. That I think I commentated one of your matches maybe last week. I know I've commentated a CakeCat match. I think I remember saying this name. SheerHeart. Gonna get that MLA confirmed in the Super. Elphelt. We're playing the Elphelt out here. SheerHeart. Hot round on that Eno, man. And those are those mixed characters, bro. Sometimes you get looped up in that positive bonus once or twice. Getting bursted back. Good HCL from the other side. And yeah, that's a good way to answer that Eno, right? That 6P. That's a pretty gnarly 6P from Elphelt, too. Being able to confirm into a lot of nasty special moves. We got you beat up with that 6H in the corner. And because it was a new combo, we hadn't scaled all the way yet. That 5H follow-up on the Rekka was enough to actually break the wall and kill. Great stuff there from Cake. Blocking this out. Good blocks here from Cake, but we eventually got opened up. You can't block forever, at least not against Eno. The lows coming out here. Whiffing there on that 5H because Cake doing a good job with that FD. But SheerHeart had that 100 tension ready, was ready with that reversal super and stole the corner. Yo. I got hit. Bro, I got hit. Oh my lord. I didn't think that was going to steal the corner. I don't know if Cake did either. Damn, I don't know if SheerHeart knew. Hell of a corner steal right there. That was insane. Great stuff. Up 2-0, but we're going to that last round, man. CakeCat playing so hot. I like what we're seeing with this Elphelt. And what's going on, Rev? Let me shout out the chat, by the way. We got Lantra. We got Rev. We got Aquashot. We got Cake, SheerHeart, Snoop Troop. What's going on, Snoop? Aether's in here. What's going on, Aether, rather, excuse me. Red Dawn. Red Dawn said that, you know. What's going on, everybody? Of course, we got Holly running. Haratime, what's going on up there, Haratime? I see you way up there. I'm scrolling back up in the chat, guys, checking this out live. But if you're watching the VOD, I appreciate you. Cloudburp in here. What's going on, Cloudburp? Good luck to you. Right now, CakeCat trying to get something started here against this Eno. Good 5H right there, man. That's a hell of a button against some of these characters that want to go ahead and get those projectiles started up, or someone who wants to go ahead with the preemptive far slash. That 5H from Elphelt is so good. Oh, okay. Oh, man. Yeah, that is a tricky super to punish. Of course, if you block the first hit, if you're ready after, you can get a, I don't know how plus you are, rather, what disadvantage they're at. But, of course, I think every close slash would work there. But right now, we're getting you picked up in this Pine Berry. We're going to bring you to this corner. Dancing around with that Pine Berry. And that's a good answer against the Eno, too, right? Doing that Lariat in. Can cover quite a few options. YRC saying, hey, I don't want to hold that mix, but SheerHeart had that 50 tension, was ready to spend it. The flex shield to get you some distance. What a good deflect shield from CakeCat. Very tricky right there to have to play offense against. CakeCat doing a good job with that defensive mechanic, but SheerHeart staying on top of you with this Eno, pressing you back, able to close out this first game 3-0, but that was some solid stuff I saw from both players. All right, guys, moving on through the bracket. We got Soul Boobguy, if you caught the last top 8 of the Academy. Soul Boobguy was playing pretty hot here. Glad to see them out here again, but they got to get through CJR the second. Alucardius playing here on this Sin. Beating up our uncles out here. Shouts to the anime. Picking up with that 6K. Couldn't keep that link going too long. Soul Boobguy gets another chance here with that YRC. But Alucard with that 6P going to be aggressive. Going to bring you back here to this corner. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh my god. Great HVV there from Soul Boobguy. Sending us through that wall. Answering back with a lot of damage here. Alucard with that stagger pressure Soul Boobguy was representing was able to weave in a 2K. And now we got you here again. Nice back throw, though. You got to keep those meaties clean, or else Alucard's going to answer back. Got to be careful about these Hawk Bakers as well. Haven't been over-representing that DP on the side of that Sin, but that probably means that it's going to come out at a time that we least expected. Try to get a jump in right there, but was a little too early with it. Couldn't get the punish Soul Boobguy, but we got that DP back. We still got Alucard in the corner, and in that stagger, got the throw in. Great stuff going to this last round. Oh, good DP right there. And that's a good DP in the sense that it also gets rid of the resource, but Alucard was ready with that 2P on Soul Boobguy's run up. BRC to slow things down, but unfortunately couldn't input that DP quick enough. Alucard was able to keep it going, able to confirm into that Tyrant Barrel. Soul Boobguy says, hey, you got to give me a real meaty or you got to respect this wake up. I'm going to be hitting you with these DPs until they don't work. Nice far slash counter hit. Soul Boobguy going to cancel into this HVV route, confirming to this hard knockdown, a soft knockdown, but we get that positive bonus. Bandit Bringer to try to cheat in here, catching Alucard on that backside with the far slash, but too much of a gap. Alucard had that stamina after that Hawkbaker to keep the combo going. One more hit to take it, and it's going to be the close slash on the run up. Soul Boobguy able to take it out. Great stuff. That was a close one right there, man. Soul Boobguy right there with some hot play. Oh, wait, I fought this Soul Boobguy person in bracket. Well, there you go. What's going on, Jodo Goat? How you living? Jodo Goat, that must have been a crazy bracket then, because I know you didn't see them in a beginner bracket. Jodogo said, hi, Jeek. I'm quintuple bracketing today. God, I'm so sorry for your TOs. I am so sorry for your TOs, Jodo Goat. But good luck in those brackets. Good luck in your brackets. I'm sorry for your TOs, but good luck in those brackets. Alucard, swapping here to the Axel, a much different character than that Sin, right? We're going to be playing so much differently, but against a character like Soul, not a bad answer, right? You're able to go ahead and try to keep them back with this, you know, all the obvious stuff. You got your 2H, you got your Rensen. You're going to be able to keep Soul Boobguy from getting past those tornadoes. I don't think that we can cheat around those tornadoes very well outside of like a deep angled Bandit Bringer. We'll have to see. So Boobguy getting picked up right here. And those jump normals can be pretty tricky on Alucard. We're going to spend that Wild Assault to keep that burst from coming out. We're staying on top of you with this jump in, but Alucard was ready with that back throw, with that tech. YRC, they gave us a chance here. Going to wild throw you back in. Alucard does have that tension to spend, and there it is, guys, on that wake up. Not enough to kill the PRC to get the meaty with that 2H, though. Great stuff from Alucard. Yeah, you gotta be careful about that wake up Superman. At least, and you can't blame Alucard for going for it, right? You got 100 tension there. Even if it does get blocked, you have the PRC after to keep it safe. You had the burst after, you had the HP, you had the round lead. The world was your oyster. What's going on? 37 rats. I mean, not 30, excuse me, not 37 rats, excuse me. There we go. Trying to get something started with those 5Ps. This Axel being active with that 5H. And that burst, man, that burst, it can feel so, it feels bad bursting against Axel, doesn't it sometimes, depending on what character you're playing. It's going to be a hard matchup here for this Soul. Has some linear approaches, right? Just the character nuance. Being able to get in with that. Being able to get in with that Vortex. Being able to get in with that Bringer. With that Revolver. Right there. There's that Bringer. The first hit into the throw. And that's what you got to do. I mean, that's why Soul can be good in this matchup, though, right? You get on top of this Axel, they don't have that YRC to spend back. They don't have that burst to cheat out another chance. You're going to beat them up for it. Look how strong this round was for Soul Boobguy so far. Alucard trying to get something started with that snail right there, with that rainwater, excuse me. Good tech. And you got to, and see, that's the thing, is Alucard, if we're really good with those throw techs, we're really good at pressing that 2K, good at using those defensive mechanics, those built-in ones, then we can get away from this Soul pressure. And look at that. Look how good Alucard is blocking out with this FD. You got to give them some credit there. So smart at trying to keep out this Soul. Boobguy can't just get in for free. Alucard Ren sending you back. Good jump over that command grab right there, Soul Boobguy. Got the counter hit. Alucard said, hey, I don't want to be in this corner. I'm going to spend that burst to fight back. Checking with that 2D, really good answer right there from Soul Boobguy. A little bit of a frame trap, right? Because I think if Alucard went for 2K there, I think the 2D still would have counter hit from Soul Boobguy. Alucard's got you through the wall, though. Oh, there you go. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What an awesome confirm there from Soul Boobguy. Great stuff with that delay PRC on that pickup of the revolver. We're throwing you back and forth. 2K is going to be the mix. Oh, no. Couldn't get the last hit to kill. Soul Boobguy. Oh, my God. Great tech from Alucard again. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Went for the H super. I don't know the input for Soul super. I think it's an H super. Unfortunately, right there, got jump JH. No bias, just that would have been so unfortunate. Well, it depends who you're rooting for, of course. It is heavy slash? Okay. Yeah, I think that's what, I think we accidentally got jump heavy slash. Let me scroll up a bit on the chat. Y'all linking that clip are crazy, by the way. Okay, the witch, how you doing? The witch in here, is that how I say your name? The 87 Witch. What's going on? Snoop Troop. Jodo Goat entering 5 brackets. Red Dom, what's going on? What's going on, Noob Cheesecake? Appreciate you, Cheesecake. And good luck in your bracket today, my friend. Man, okay, chat was popping off on that one. Okay, here we go. Moving through. What's going on, Spooky Boy? And Rev. Shouts to Rev for winning last Academy, by the way. Still hanging out, still rooting y'all on. So big shoutouts to Rev. Awesome jump normal right there. Good counter hit from Alucard. We're jumping down on you. And, dude, I like that from Soul Boobguy, trying to bait out that reversal super from Alucard. You got to be careful about it. But we're going to get it on the next interaction. Soul try to go for that meaty 5D. Good 2S right there from Alucard. Really catching on to these approaches now. Try to get you with that meaty 2H to finish it off. FDing the Rensen follow-up. Alucard was ready with that 5H. Getting thrown around here. Boobguy with a good tech. Bandit Bringer to beat you up. We got you here in this corner. FD blocks. You got to give Alucard that credit on the defense, man. Alucard is ready to spend that FD, that tension, to try to keep out this Soul. And we're ready. This time we're going to be spending the burst on the Wild Assault, but a nice air stall from Soul Boobguy gets us over that zoning. Alucard does have that 50 tension. And dude, at this point, I'd be over-respecting that super. But shout out to Soul Boobguy not falling over on their offense. Still ready to fight back on this Alucard. Doesn't want to get caught by that jump normal. The Fafnir not connecting. Only needs one more hit. Alucard getting that command grab. Not enough after to get the one vision confirmed, though. Blocking out this Rensen. Safe stuff. Air stalling to get in with that Bandit Bringer. Soul Boobguy bringing it to set point. Alucard with some pretty good zoning, I'd say, so far. Oh, unfortunately, extending that hitbox a little too far that Bandit Bringer to approach actually turned into a counter hit. Soul Boobguy with some decent pressure here. Fafnir, they give up your turn, but DP'd on the minus frames. That's why this Soul Boobguy is going to be so dangerous in this bracket, man. Says, hey, it's always my turn. Getting thrown around here. Alucard doesn't have enough to burst yet, but is going to spend it on that Wild Assault confirm. BRC to slow things down, able to jump in, but too high. Alucard saw it and got that throw punish. Only needs one more hit here. 5D Red RC is going to be the combo. Won't be able to build up that tension back. Soul Boobguy trying to get out of this corner, jumping in with that JK, keeping it true with the Wild Assault and getting that low after to finish it off. What an awesome close set. Alucard with a really smart swap to that Axel, but Soul Boobguy going to move on today. Welcome to the Jeekly Academy 15. We're playing here on this Saturday morning. You got Terribow on this Millia. I don't know who their opponent is, but it's definitely not 37 Rats. Coming out here on this Bedman. We've seen this Bedman cook before. Shoutouts to, damn, which one was it? The Academy 13, where we had something like 3 Bedmen all in the beginning of the bracket, all in pools. I think 2 made top 8. I can't remember. You guys gotta go check out that Academy 13 VOD. Right now, Terribow is gonna have to get through I don't know what they have to get through, but it's not 37 rats. Doing a good job right there with that 236S. But we're getting you picked up with that JS. Rats over here. Blocking out this H-disc pressure. Great stuff. Terribow mixing you up, though, with that Capel down, with that command dash down, getting you with the throw. 37 getting counter hit on that JH, saying, okay, now it's my time to burst. I don't want to go ahead and give you this wall break, this positive bonus. Now, Millia with that wall break, right, we don't get too much off of that wall break as that Millia. You kind of have to wait for the tension to build back up. Shouts to Walter. I was watching his stream the other night. One of the best Millias out there. Terribow right here with a good combo, using that PRC drift forward to keep it going. Picks you up with that close slash, breaks the wall with the Iron Savior. 37 does have this RC to play with, does so on that BRC. Nice anti-air. Yeah, you got to do stuff to calm down this Millia, or else they're going to keep dancing around you. Great block on that cross-up JH. Compelling forward. Dude, Terribow so active on this Millia. 37 with some great blocks back. And some great anti-airs as well, man. And I'll say it again. You got to do whatever you can to keep that Millia not as comfortable in the air. Just like that. If you can get some awesome JSs, and I think that, Bedman has a really good job of anti-airing that Millia with that JS, air-to-airing rather, because you get that scoop in after, you get a nice follow-up. Terribow, of course, had that burst to keep it safe after. Great blocks here from 37. But Terribow's getting you picked up eventually. Gonna wall splat, just guarantee that we get it with that 2K little leggy. Got to get opened up eventually. You do have the burst of time to keep yourself safe. Terribow has a lot of meter to play with. We can use it defensively. We can use it offensively. Of course, if we get a good hit into a combo, we didn't even need to spend it. We got that counter hit JH. Terribow able to get this first game on the board. Let me catch up on this chat. The rats bit went from funny to old, and now it's back to funny. Okay, I'll stop. I won't push it then. I'm sorry. I won't push it. 37 Rats is a hell of a name. I do like that name. So are the 37 Rats like a Remy situation, and they control the Bedman from the inside? That could be one way. And then Hoki, I love this variation of the joke. Hoki says, not 37, maybe 38 or 36. Here we go. Okay, yeah, Terribow doing a really good job of dancing around those pins. I personally have a lot of trouble on all the characters I play trying to get around that Bedman projectile spam if they decide to go for it, if they can afford to go for it. When they're full screen like that, they have that life lead, that tension lead. They can pin you down with the pin and the error code after. But Terribow, of course, having a very quick Millia in the air, being able to Capel around, being able to command dash down with that vault, being able to jump around with these triple air dashes. You have a lot of unique ways to get around in the air, so you're able to dance around those pins quite a bit. I have to give Rat some credit for how well they've been blocking, but Terribow on this Millia has been really mixing it up. Good anti-air. Oh my god! I didn't even realize that Kobe was still coming. Terribow had the burst saying, hey, this is going to be my round to win right now. But 37 with a really good air-to-air with that JP, right? Using a very quick button, just ensuring that we're going to keep that Millia down. But, dude, look how active we are in this Millia. Able to dance around with Vault, Capel, Vault. I don't know where Terribow is going to end up, but 37 Rat saying, I only need one more hit to take it out. Terribow trying to finish it off with that 2K link after with that 236S. Who died? Oh, my God, I wasn't even sure. I wasn't even sure, bro. That was so close. That was so close. Of course, if you're a Bedman fan, you're happy about that one. Terribow doing some awesome mix here, doing some awesome dancing around in the air, but 37 really catching on to some of these quick air-to-airs. Of course, the 6P has been hot since the very first round. The block's been pretty good too, but that time that 6P was a little too preemptive. Terribow not only has those ways to move around the screen, but also ways to air stall as well. So if you're too comfortable with the pace of your anti-airs, you're going to get called out like Terribow is making you right here. Able to get that Septum Voices pickup. Unfortunately, wasn't able to turn into a wall break. 37 Rats had that burst to keep this Millia in the corner, but just like that, we're back out with that awesome Capel, and now Terribow is going to send you through. 2-3-6-S'ing us back. Trying to pin you through. Good blocks. Oh, yep. Terribow loves doing that after that first hit of 6H. Loves showing you that command dash after. We even saw it in the first round. That was one of the first interactions. Terribow went into that command dash, that command vault down into the throw. And 37, unfortunately, getting dead zoned on that 6P. Terribow, when Terribow is right above you, I think that's where Bedman actually has some trouble, right? Because, of course, you got that 6P, but I think it has a little bit of a dead zone. It has a very front-facing hitbox, but right above you can be hard to anti-air. Of course, you can do, like, jump JP. You can do, like, jump air throw, jump JS, depending on how far away Terribow is. But you don't really have a hitbox right above you, I don't really think, right? So it can be kind of difficult. Terribow able to get that pickup after 2-3-6-S PRC to confirm it out. That was a very close game, too, right there. 37 showing us some awesome stuff. But I think Terribow has been doing a great job of adapting how they're approaching, how they're dancing around in the air. 37 hasn't been able to get away with as many of those 6Ps. And I think that's a testament to how Terribow is air stalling in the air. She's doing well with that, I'd say. 37, though, playing still hot on this Bedman. When we get those hits, we get those combos after. Hokie said, hey, so who do I talk to if I don't want to fight neither of these people? Okay, well, let me go ahead and check this bracket. Hold on. So, yeah, so Hokie has to play the winner of this match to try to qualify for top 8. But coming up next, guys, I think it's going to be either UberCheesecake or SheerHeartDefend. And then we're going to have Barbie and Arashi Miruku. That's going to be a hot one. But until then, guys, we're still watching these rats. Terribow was ready with that burst saying, hey, I don't want to give away, definitely don't want to give positive bonus to a Bedman. They're going to be guard crush looping you in the corner with those error codes. They're going to be mixing you up with those JS scoops, with those quadruple overheads. Oh, unfortunately getting hit right there. But we're going to JS you back. Great stuff there, 37 rats. Great stuff there, 37. Getting this jump in. Terribow with a good mash, man. What a smart mash with that 2P. Such a smart mash. I think it's a 4-framer. Millia with a really good mash right there. And you got to be able to do that against this Bedman because there is a lot of staggering going on between the error codes and the far/slash follow-ups. There we go. Keeping that one clean right there. 37 knew that the turn was up, but getting this pickup with that Kobe. YRC to keep it going. Checking in with that 2K after. That man has a really unique K normal, man. Put a gun to your head. You know what 5K looks like on Bedman? Go look it up on Dust Loop. I'm like, damn, that is what it looks like, huh? It's so weird. Terribow showing you back there 5K, but 37 is going to get this counter hit and beat you up and bounce you around. Getting in with JH. H-Disc is going to be the mix. YRC for another chance here. YRCing right back. Terribow. But we're getting picked up. One more hit to do it. FD blocking out that 2-3-6-S. But unfortunately, couldn't get the block after on that low. Or at least, well, I say unfortunately, but depends on who you're rooting for. Great stuff there. 37 rats. Heating up enough right there to keep it going. Shout out to the chat. Schrodinger's rats and Schrodinger's rats. And then Seawar says 2 spellings of Schrodinger and neither are right. Both are wrong. Let's go rats. What's going on, Spooky Ghost? How you living? We got a rats fan. We got a rats fan out here. Okay, guys. Loving this bracket so far. Hopefully everybody's having fun. Seawar said open up the schools. Oh my god. Good back throw right there from 37 saying, hey, this H-Disc isn't active yet. I'm going to have this throw on you. Oh, okay, good FD block from Terribow meant that we didn't have to hold that guard crush special after. Trying to keep that combo going with the bomb, but we had a good block on the overhead. Getting anti-aired back, though. 37 all of a sudden is back on this anti-air game with that 6P. Terribow trying to challenge out of that corner, and I don't blame you with that 5K, but Terribow was ready. By the way, 37, of course, got a game. I didn't update the score. I apologize. 37 Rats did get last game. So we're at 1-2 right now. I sound like Fit MC. I hope that that's a good thing. One time, one of the first YouTube comments I ever got said, it didn't say what I sound. It didn't say Jeek sounds like this. It didn't say that. Literally, all the comment said was, it said moist critical with a deviated septum. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up. I said, damn, that is fucked up. They didn't even say that I sounded like that. They just said moist critical deviated septum. And I was like, damn. I don't think I want to do the Jeekly anymore. That was like the Jeekly 4. But here we are. I'm still doing it. Anyways, Terribow sending you through. Yeah, that was the Jeekly 4, bro. I was like, damn, maybe tournaments aren't for me. Great JP right there from 37. Terribow answering you back. So that's what you got to do against this Bedman, right? You got to be able to use those quick normals, but at the right time, of course, because if 37 does get that frame trap and we have that 50 tension after, we're going to start error coding you in the corner. We're going to start beating you up and dealing so much damage. Too active with that JS. That BRC slowdown means 37 is going to get that punish after. Guys, just like that, 37 is on this comeback. And I'm not surprised, right? Because even in the very first game, 37 was showing us some awesome answers to this Millia. Of course, the Bedman play itself was fine. The anti-airs were good from the beginning. The pins were good. The pins were active as well. But you had to give Terribow some credit, doing some good job dancing around it, doing some good jobs of stalling our air approach that make those 6Ps start to whiff, that make those anti-airs not work for a bit, right? But then after that, also, some more credit to 37. Some great blocks on the mix at the beginning, but then Terribow, just going to keep it a buck, started to open us up crazy in that game 2 and the earlier rounds of game 3. But 37 Rats playing pretty hot right now. That Capel getting a pickup for us for Terribow, trying to be active with that run-up 2K, and I don't blame you. But if you're too deep with it, 37 is going to check you back with that 2P, confirming into this 236S. We got that error code ready. We got you here in this corner. Very aggressive frame trap special right there from 37. Getting you on these quadruple overheads, bro. I think that was 3 overheads. Great blocks from Terribow. Able to get out of this corner with that Capel. But, dude, the 6P still hit? Man, I was saying Bedman had a dead zone, but fucking my bad. There ain't no dead zone on that one. Terribow getting anti-air from the other side. 37's got you over here in this corner. Good blocks, but you can't block forever. 37. Hot stuff. Terribow trying to get something started with this air dash around, and that's what you got to do against 37, who is very confident with those anti-airs, with those air-to-airs. Great pickup on that JS, baiting the burst after 37. Lining it up, closing it out in a hot set, but you got to give credit to both of our players. I'd be proud either way. What an amazing set. All right, guys, this is your top 8 qualifiers. If you've been watching this Jeekly Academy for a minute, scoping out the competition, then you know about UberCheesecake playing so hot on this Anji. If you don't know, you're uninitiated, not just a Guilty Gear gamer. Play some other games as well. Shout out to that Grand Blue. SheerHeart, been playing out here in the Academy a little sporadically. I'm going to keep it a buck, right? SheerHeart has come in, and some of our earlier academies got top 8 before a long time ago. Hasn't gotten that graduation, but played very hot at our Clash Reunion Invitational, our first one. The second one comes up in exactly a month from now. So if you're watching this VOD, it's going to be on May 17th. In order to get into play, it's an invitational. You have to top 8 an academy before. So SheerHeart and UberCheesecake have already earned their top 8 spots, but right now what we're playing for is to get into the top 8 of this Academy 15 and make our way to that graduation spot. SheerHeart being very aggressive with these supers, but UberCheesecake was ready with that parry on SheerHeart's approach. We do have that positive bonus building up, but getting anti-aired back with that you gotta be careful. I know SheerHeart is churning that butter on the super. SheerHeart loves using that tension. There it comes. But catching the backdash Uber. I saw what we were going for, trying to back up a bit and align up that punish. But SheerHeart was already cranking that super, was already ready to send it, and got the backdash recovery frames, or active frames, whatever you want to call them. Great stuff, man. Okay, so tie your shoes, ain't nothing but a thing. UberCheesecake had the right idea there, just had to line it up a little bit better, and that's why this game is first to 3, man. Strive can be so fast, can be so quick, can be so violent. That's why we go to first to 3, so we can get some opportunities to line it up like that. SheerHeart bringing that note down, keeping Cheesecake here in this corner with that MLA. Bursting out, saying, hey, I don't know what mix you're trying to go for right now, homie, but I'm going to scoop you down. And we don't have that 50 tension yet on the side of SheerHeart, so we can be aggressive on that approach. Of course, Eno not having any reversals without meter, but SheerHeart loves using the ones that do take meter. Cheesecake! What an insane combo right there. Careful for that 50 tension. Going to go ahead and spend it on that stroke forward. Cheesecake here in the corner, but being able to parry that 5H from SheerHeart. Solid round there from Cheesecake. SheerHeart was starting to turn it around there for a second, but we finished our food. We kept our shoes tied. Great stuff from our Anji player. SheerHeart got you here in this corner, though, with that far slash. Nagihut gets that pickup. Oh, I like that. So SheerHeart pretty aggressive right there with that 5H to try to get out of the corner. Is about to get this tension back, but getting counter hit by that Ko with this sultry performance. UberCheesecake going to send it to the wall in this super. SheerHeart does have a lot of defensive mechanics to use potentially here, but going up to parry the reversal super, but SheerHeart picked the command grab super. Dog, that is fucking crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cheesecake with a good, very hard call out answer there, but SheerHeart was ready with that command grab super. We only need one more hit here. Gonna be able to keep you back with that YRC. That reversal super on the far slash. SheerHeart able to come back in an insane round right there. That is some crazy stuff. SheerHeart gonna send us through with that sultry. Trying to spin through here, but that HCL, or excuse me, that heavy stroke was able to go through the active frames of that spin. That was actually a unique interaction, confirming that hit of the stroke into super. Try to keep it going with the PRC. We have a chance to get out of this corner here, but the stroke forward, canceling the recovery frames into the close slash. SheerHeart with a solid round right there. Man, Cheesecake doing some awesome stuff. That first round was so solid. That second round, bro, I saw the vision. Cheesecake running up with that parry super on the wake up. But SheerHeart is a heart player, man. She does what she wants. And sometimes that's wake up command grab super. Counter hitting on that 2S. Cheesecake trying to get some distance back. That time, the stroke timing pays off for Cheesecake, being able to spin through it. Spinning a little early, though, so getting picked up by that note. SheerHeart counter hitting you right there with, I think it's the 2H guys, right? Got you back here. Good. 2P fighting back here. Going to confirm it to Red RC and turn it into a wall break, possibly. Cheesecake with some awesome combos. Couldn't keep it going. Okay, go on. Okay, we blocked the first hit, guys. I'm going to give y'all some homework, okay? To punish that Eno super, you got to block the dive kick first, and then we close slash it after. Just like I gave you the homework for the Chipp super. It is the academy, after all. Or else SheerHeart's going to keep doing it. Great stuff. Great stuff. Here we go. Okay, you know what's cool about SheerHeart's pressure is that we don't have that tension, so we're not being too aggressive with it. We're just backing up sometimes on our minus frame, saying, hey, let's just see what Cheesecake wants to represent, what they want to do. I'm going to build up my tension. I'm going to go ahead and just do some back jumps in the sultry. And then eventually I'm going to get that hit. I'm going to build up that meter. SheerHeart getting this counter hit right here. Cheesecake did get their burst in time to keep playing. Having to block this one out. HCLing. But getting called out by that spin. Cheesecake on a pixel, but has a dream here. SheerHeart did just get that tension back. Is going to burst us back. Counter hit, close slash right there. SheerHeart gonna send that super. Spinning through. Unfortunate timing on that 2H. Means SheerHeart is going to be able to get out of that super and keep it going. Great stuff, though. Moving on here. These players are trying to qualify here for the top 8 of the Jeekly Academy 15. You got Barbie, T over here, on that Faust. On that Faust. Up against Arashi, Miruku, Storm Milk, Riot Milk. Playing hot on this Kai. Arashi got top 8. Damn, which one was it? 2 academies ago. Shoutouts to the Academy 13. I'm going to scroll up and find out. Yep, got 5th place in the last academy. This is Barbie's first time in an academy and already trying to qualify for these top 8s, man. These Faust players we have around here are a force to be reckoned with. Of course, Red Dawn graduating in the Academy 13. Okay, the Academy 13. And then we got some other Fausts. We got Temi is one off the top of my head. Damn, who's some other ones? Was JR a beginner player? Balling like JR? Anyways, guys, we got a few Fausts out here. I'm sorry if I'm missing your name. Arashi right here going for that dragon install. T, keeping it simple with that 2P check. That's that cool thing about Faust, right? Is that you do got these good anti-airs. You got these good pokes. Maybe you can't convert as much as other characters do off of their buttons, but you got some unique normals like that 2P. Arashi, however, getting that full charge 5 dust, going to get this positive bonus after. Barbie is getting that burst back. Tried to get you with that far slash on the approach, but Arashi was ready with that stun dipper. Unfortunate side swap back on that corner. You wanted to keep that wall break combo going. Barbie resetting the situation with that bomb, with that snip, but Arashi able to actually capitalize on that Faust bomb. Oh my god, that was insane. Oh, JM Andrew also. What's going on, JM Andrew? Anyways, talking to the chat, that is, guys. Check us out on twitch.tv/itsjeek. And also, shoutouts to Barbie showing you how strong you can be moving around on that crawl against Kai, right? Against the far slash. You saw it earlier that Barbie was able to just crawl right under one of those stun edges. Good just block. Oh my god, great blocks here from Barbie. Oh my god! Converting off the banana. Okay, it was a tumble off the banana, so we couldn't get a real conversion, but that was a good idea there from Barbie. That was about to be insane right there. Try to get a deep throw, but Arashi felt it coming, was able to jump that throw. And look how impressive this is right here. So many blocks coming in. Arashi finally able to get that throw deep in here. Barbie had to be careful about every single hit, about all of the chip that was coming out there. Arashi eventually opening you up with that last stun edge. Great stuff here. Maybe it was a crawl attempt. We'll see. Was it a crawl? Okay, no. Yeah, I think I don't know if you can back crawl stun edge, but I know you can forward crawl stun edge. Well, I'm saying I know. Actually, I'm not even sure if I know. I think you can. Arashi getting that first game. Here we go. Barbie showing you that throw animation from Faust. Is that the longest throw animation, guys? Gonna punish that DP. Couldn't keep it going, though. And you got to make it really hurt, right? If those DP punishes don't hurt, Arashi's going to send it right back over again, and you can't blame them, right? Getting you to pick you up with that 2H into the Wild Assault. That's a really cool combo that Faust have. Able to get that full screen low, essentially, with that 2H. Confirming to the Wild Assault, turning into a wall break, turning into a good item throw. Turning into a lot of corner carry. Great stuff here. Barbie really hot in this first round. Baiting that DP. This time we got a bigger pickup. Look at that damage for that DP pickup, man. And now that's the damage you got to be doing when you bait these DPs from Arashi so that they don't just keep going for them. Gonna go ahead and check that 5K with a YRC. Mini Faust just walking across the screen like it ain't nobody's business. We'll have to see if he makes an appearance back on the other side. Doesn't even going to need to. Barbie able to get this game too. I wonder if the replay catches that, bro. Mini Faust is walking like ain't nobody's business. Look at that. Mini Faust said, "What you doing, guys?" Check this out. Okay, sorry. Anyways, great stuff from both of our players right there. There goes my hero. Anyways. Okay. Okay, oh, you can back crawl them. Okay, back crawling that heavy stun edge right there. Getting that pickup with the JD. Good delay on that burst there from Barbie. From T right there. Keeping Arashi here in the corner. Going to pick you up with that counter hit to this mix loop. Red RC to keep it safe. You had to spend that red RC because you also are going to get punished there. But of course, you red RC have mix. It's a high-low. Here we go. Bomb bagging. But Arashi with a really good jump in timing was able to get over it regardless. Unfortunate item right there from Arashi, from T rather. Arashi was able to get that walk-up punish on that Afro. And you got to be comfortable calling out those item tosses from Faust. The same way that you don't want Arashi to just keep throwing DP at you, keep throwing stun edge at you. You need to be able to call out those item throws. So T can call out those stun edges, of course, with that thrust, with that 2H wild assault, with these bomb bags over. Right now, Arashi, dude, being so violent here in the corner. T will have that 50 tension to play back with right here. It's going to turn to that JK hit. Got you back here in the corner. Tried to keep it going with that bomb, but the stun edge actually ping-ponged it back. I didn't realize that was going to work that way. Arashi saying, hey, this is my round to win. I'm going to spend this burst. I'm feeling confident. Sacred Edge, Foudre Arc to go all the way from the other side of the screen. Get on top of this Faust. Only needs one more chip damage to do it, but that counter hit J2K is looking good for our Faust right here. That 2H full screen ping-ponging that bomb back. You got to hold these meteors as well. This is looking like a Faust round all of a sudden, guys. Going to keep that string going with the 2H Wild Assault. 5D Red RC is going to be the mix. T, unfortunate drop right there with that really deep 2H. No special cancel. Arashi. That was a clencher, bro. What a clencher. Alright guys, I forgot to say this earlier, but we actually have a video coming up after the 10-minute break, okay? We're going to be playing a trailer for the Clash Reunion. So, Holly, can you, like, make a post and pin it, or a mod? Is there a mod here? Can a mod, like, make a post and pin it that we're doing a trailer after the break or something? That'd be cool. All right, here we go. Okay, Holly's got it. Here we go. All right, cool, cool, cool. Mini Faust this time doing something. Both of these players really confident on those ping pongs. Oh my god! Okay, yeah, you had the burst stat. Well, you didn't have to, but I mean, I would have. Shit. After getting beat up like that, yeah, I would have. Shit. Okay, stun dip for Red RC. Arashi's going to bring you over here to this wall. Good counter hit J2K. A really good answer for that stun dipper, right? Saying, hey, I don't know when it's coming, but I know you've got 50 tension, so I'm going to be preemptive. I'm going to check it with my 2P. I'm going to check it with my 2H. I'm going to check it with that J2K. That J2K, of course, checking a lot of options from that Kai. I think that J2K can also beat Far Slash sometimes, depending on how high up you jump before you do it. So that J2K, man, it's a pretty unique tool from Faust, and to be a good Faust player, you got to use it well, just like T is right here. Good counter hit on that close slash. The burst right there, keeping us safe from that bomb, actually, unironically. Oh, okay, you know what? Smart stuff there from Arashi. Didn't get caught by that bomb. T, counter hit bar slash, converting with that wild assault. Not enough to kill. Goes for an item throw, though, however. And in that mix, with the mix, gets you with that JK on the fall down. T Barbie evening up the set right now on this Faust. You gotta look out for these Faust, man. There's a few characters here in the Academy that are so unique, so specific. You gotta definitely have specific defense against them. Not saying Arashi doesn't have that, by the way, because Arashi been doing some great jobs dealing with those mixes. playing around how T-Barbie can get around that stun edge. But you got to give Barbie some credit also, being able to convert off some of these items, using that Wild Assault so well. But the tricky part about that is that once you use it, then you don't have it for your burst after. Of course, that positive bonus gives you a lot back. See how much burst we have now for T-Barbie? Okay. Red RC to keep that overhead Scarecrow safe. A really deep JK right there. Keeping you thrusted back as well. Taking advantage of those plus frames. Unfortunate drop right there from Arashi. I like that though. Trying to get that side swap to go ahead and keep T-Barbie here in the corner. Look at those jump ins. T doing some good blocks here. Only needs one more hit to take it out. Even 2P could be the answer here. And this time it's going to be the Chipp on the Wild Assault. We're going to set point here, guys. Trying to crawl under that stun edge. Arashi got you thrown up here in the corner. Going to go into that low after. Got the shock state applied. So you can't get hit now. That deep snip, man. Yeah, that can be a tricky one because, of course, it could just not be the snip. It could be a run-up counter hit close slash. So you got to be careful about it. We're going to have this Afro still on us. But, dude, great stuff from Arashi. Able to line up that close slash Red RC after we missed it that first time. I love being able to get a second chance on those interactions. The flex shield to try to get you some distance right here. Try to use the Red RC to keep ourselves safe. Only one more hit will take it. And it's going to be that counter hit far slash from T, converting into 2H. Taking that set 3-2, but awesome play from both of those guys, from both of those players. Our first match of this top 8, guys, it's going to be SheerHeartDefend up against Coffee Fields. We saw Coffee Fields earlier in the bracket. If you're watching the VOD, you probably saw them then. They were playing pretty hot on that Kai. SheerHeart, of course, a bracket demon on this Ino. We've seen her before in previous academies. We've seen her at the Clash reunion, and we've been seeing her cook today. She's so scary on that tension, knows when to spend those supers. Right now, she's low HP, but did just get that hard knockdown and that positive bonus. Trying to see if Coffee wants to press. Look out for that HCL full screen. Has a lot of tension to fight back with. The stun dipper doesn't get confirmed after with Coffee. We're FDing out these blocks, but that 2S gets that pickup. SheerHeart in a clincher, able to get that first round. Coffee trying to get out of this corner, but with that sultry, SheerHeart's keeping you back. Trying to get that back throw started. That's a good thing to get against that Ino, but SheerHeart was ready with that whiff throw punish. Cashing back out with that tension. Able to Red RC to see that burst coming out from Coffee. A side swap on that Wild Assault, but that super, was that a TK super? Oh my god, was that a TK super? Hold on, let's see that. That was interesting from SheerHeart because I just did not recognize the way that super looked. Hold on. Oh my god, SheerHeart with a TK super. Of course, if you do it from the ground, then Ino will do the kick up and then do the explosion in the air. But doing the TK actually made that tricky to punish. Oh my god. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Okay, here we go. Good blocks. Oh my god, amazing blocks. Yep, and that was, your turn was over there, but not too big of a punish after, so SheerHeart kept that pressure coming. We do already have a decent amount of damage down here on this Ino. Coffee about to get sent through this wall, though. SheerHeart does have that super, but spent it too high. Coffee was able to fight back out of this corner after that air tag, but SheerHeart was ready with that far slash counter hit. Got Coffee sent back through this wall. This time, lining up that super, able to get that hard knockdown. The stroke from the other side. SheerHeart with some hot play right now. Oh, I got the scores messed up. I apologize, y'all. SheerHeart got the first game, not Coffee Fields. I apologize. First bracket, by the way. First tournament, by the way. Here we go. Shouts to the fact, any astute viewers catch on to the fact that the overlays say Jeekly, they don't say Jeekly Academy. First stream, by the way. SheerHeart doing some good stuff over here. Able to jump over that stroke. MLA coming out. Some good jump normals. SheerHeart's got 100 tension to play with. Gonna spend it here. Keeping that super safe. Gonna catch us eventually. Coffee will get that burst, but not until we get splat, so we didn't get a chance to use it. SheerHeart with some amazing routing there. Keeping herself safe in the corner. With that super, the red RC to keep it going, and that routing to make sure that we get the wall splat as Coffee gets the burst. Solid stuff. By the way, yeah, that was Bluey. I love that everybody was fucking with the Bluey theme song in the in the break. And then I'm glad you guys liked the trailer. Shouts again to Seawar for making the trailer. If you're watching the VOD, you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll have a separate upload for that Clash Reunion trailer, so make sure you check that out. We got some cool people in the chat. We got Void in the chat. What's going on? Izanami. We got 37 rats here typing. What's going on, rats? Soundblazer, Master Shake. Soundblazer in the bracket, by the way, still, I think. Coffee Fields wants to stay up in this winner side of the bracket. Really solid start here against SheerHeartDefend. Now, SheerHeart does have tension to play with right there. Not giving up that turn, though. Spending it on this super. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. SheerHeart tried to keep that super safe, but then in that mind-melting mix right there with that 5D after Coffee was able to close out that round regardless. Supered back. Good burst to get out of the corner. HCL to push us back as well. SheerHeart with some good block string pressure here in the corner. Bursting back Coffee. Able to stun dipper under. Great stuff. Oh, but it was the grab super. Yeah, if we're too confident going to try to block those reversal supers, SheerHeart starts mixing you up with the grab super instead, man. SheerHeart, she is crazy over here. She plays how she wants to, does the supers that she wants to. Solid stuff here. Wall assaulting to keep it going. SheerHeart getting counter hit here, though. Coffee ready with that Sacred Edge to press us back. Nice 5K check. And just like that, guys, Coffee getting a game here against SheerHeart. Let me go ahead and check this bracket real quick. Was that wasn't, let me see. That was SheerHeart's first game that she's lost today. SheerHeart, up until this point, was completely undefeated. Hadn't lost a single game. But Coffee Fields showed that a god can bleed, a bracket demon can bleed. We got a game here against this menace of an Eno. Nice Sultry to get in. Able to get that counter hit. Supering through. Coffee trying to fight out of that corner, but you did so. The sin you pay is for Coffee having SheerHeart having 50 tension. A little bit of a forwarding slip. I was reading the chat right there. Nice 5D red RC. Coffee got you in this Vapor Thrust combo. Look at this stuff. Keeping it cool with that Foudre arc. Red RC to keep it safe. Okay, dude, I would have gotten hit there because that arc was so weird. Able to get to the other side and get that far slash after. SheerHeart now on set point. Dancing around that stroke, dancing around that sultry. Coffee just trying to get a hit in. SheerHeart spending all of her specials, jumping around the screen, getting you on that jump in, that overhead in the corner. That command dash overhead is so tricky. Sultry pushing us back. Oh, okay, good dance around that note. That little hop right there convinced SheerHeart where the note was going, and Coffee was able to just neutral jump back down to get over it. Oh my God, what a good... Dude, I'm stealing that. Dog, Coffee, I'm stealing that. That's a really good answer. If you just neutral jump like that, SheerHeart reacts to you going up, sends the note up, but because you're only neutral jumping, you're able to get right under it so quick. So that's a hell of an answer. I'm stealing that. What a good idea. Red RC on that pickup. going to be a lot of damage. Will it be enough to kill? Wasn't close enough to the corner to get that tumble combo after. SheerHeart doesn't get punished for that fuzzy jump after that stun dipper. Oh, okay. Oh, good punish right there. No bias, but man, I just hate seeing my academy players get beat up by that super all day. I'm going to keep it a buck, man. But SheerHeart's doing it because it's working, man. It's tearing us apart. She hadn't lost the game up until this point. Coffee getting you in the corner here. SheerHeart fighting back. What do we got here? MLA to push us back here. Trying to keep it safe with that super, but the BRC slows it down for Coffee. We're able to see what's going on. We're able to get that punish after. Couldn't keep the combo going with that wild assault. SheerHeart with a really deep overhead right there. The command grab in the corner. That's going to be a lot of damage, if not kill, guys. That's going to be a lot. Set point here for SheerHeart. Only needs one more mix. Has that hard knockdown, but I think we're blocking on that RTL. Coffee with that reversal super showed you I have one of my own. But SheerHeart felt it coming, was able to get that punish, and is going to move on 3-1. But that's only the winner side of the bracket, y'all. Still on the winner side of this top 8. Two characters that you may be surprised are here. It's going to be a Bedman and a Faust, but the way that these players were playing, I'm definitely not surprised. Two very strong players. 37 rats up on this Bedman. We've seen them before in the academy. This may be their first top 8, though. This is Barbie's very first academy. But man, they are playing so hot. They must have just not heard about us before, because here they are playing so hot here on this Faust. Definitely have a lot of good Faust over here at the academy, so no surprise seeing one get this far. 37 rats, however, with the very good start to this round. Getting multiple overheads over here can be tricky with those JDs, with those JHs. Oh, try to get a throw after on that mix. Yeah, you guys got to be careful with those mixes. Fausts know that they're giving up their turn, or rather they can be punished when they use it like that on you. So you have to be careful and get 2K as your guaranteed punish. Of course, if they're close enough, you can get throws, you can get close slashes. You got to be careful about it. Good stuff right there from 37 rats, closing out this first game. A number of rats that is anything but 37. And that name is awesome. That name is awesome. No bias. No bias. What's going on with the chat, by the way? We got Coffee in the chat. Spooky Ghost. We got CJR. CJR is, because your name is different in the bracket, right? Is that Alucardius? Is that CJR? What's going on? Okay. Yes? Okay, thank y'all. All right. And thank you for some follows. We got ZX Voth, Jank PK, and Viking Lord Fire. Appreciate everybody for those follows. Checking out the Jeekly. We don't just run this academy, y'all. We do other stuff too. Oh! A little too active, trying to keep that turn. The bomb checked you back. T taking you to the other side of the screen. That counter hit 2D. Turning to this mix loop. Or this mix confirm, rather. Oh, okay. Okay, so if you didn't spend the red RC there, then the mix would have broken the wall. Wouldn't have been a lot of damage. But right there, we're able to squeeze out a bit more with that red RC. And also a chance to see if 37 rats wants the burst, right? If we were trying to bait the burst also. That's a good opportunity to try that. Good blocks here from 37. Getting 5D back here. Counter hit on that 2H. That 2H can be trouble. Counter hitting on this JH. A few counter hits coming out for 37 rats. That was looking like a Faust round for a second there after that nice comeback situation, but 37 able to keep it clutched up. Hot stuff. T right now. Using this overhead Scarecrow to great ability here. Able to check you with that 5K. The mini Faust beating you up as well. 37 wanted to spend that burst. Closing this distance with that 2H. Oh, went for the throw punish again, but T-Barbie, you saw that they were holding back crawl there. We're just trying to get away from 37, knowing that that turn was up. But I think if you do, I think if you do 2K, it's a guaranteed punish there. So keep that in mind, y'all. And right there, try to get the 2K to fight back out of that corner. But T had that parade to back us up, was able to run it down. Papa Mink, thank you for that follow. And Viking Lord, thank you for that Prime sub. Appreciate you, homie. Thank you very much. We got a few emotes. I don't got too many. But we got a couple you can play with. My favorite one is the Kai with the blue shell. See if I can get it up there for you quick enough. Kai with the blue shell. Shout out to the Twitch, twitch.tv/itsg. If you're watching the VOD, I appreciate you just as much. T-Barbie appreciates you too. Tried to keep that burst to keep this corner pressure, but 37 was ready with that back throw incident. Got you in that double overhead. Good conversion right there from 37 Rats. Great conversion from 37 Rats. Moving on to this game 3, guys. We're still in the winner side of top 8, by the way. Trying to move through this winner side. Oh, my God. I didn't know you could do that. I guess it makes sense, huh? Faust able to crawl that error code projectile. You're able to crawl quite a few projectiles, surprisingly. Well, not surprisingly. If you know anything about Faust, I guess it's not surprising. Getting that parade to get out of the corner. 37 Rats getting that counter hit far slash. 236S to carry you back here, but we were ready to fight back with that YRC. And I like the run-up 2K there because you also check the backdash attempt if 37 was looking for the throw. Oh my God, a lot of damage coming out right there after that pickup on that 6H from 37 Rats. We're here on set point, T-Barbie, trying to check you with JK and then confirming after with the J2K. Going for the throw again, 37. If you're watching the VOD back, just see what do you get off of 2K, because I think you could probably just do 2K, 2D, 236S probably. I'm not a Bedman player, but check that out. Right now you're playing hot, though. Trying to get out of this corner. T-Barbie's got you picked up. Got this afro in your head. Oh, on T-Barbie's head. Couldn't get that love throw out in time, so 37 is able to fight out of this corner, and the life lead was looking in T-Barbie's favor, but all of a sudden, 37 has all these resources to play with. Just got this pickup. Not enough to kill. Barbie is going to have so much tension. Look out for this Scarecrow. Look out for this Scarecrow PRC. Here it comes. Able to get that hit with the 2S also after. Great stuff there from T-Barbie. Now you got a guess for game with this afro. Able to light it with that JD. The YRC keeps yourself safe for a moment, but it doesn't get rid of that lid afro. Excuse my verbiage there. My mouth, my words are all jumbled. Anyways. T-Barbie, counter hit far slash. We got two throws on the screen, able to get that JD pickup right after. Hammer for the kill. Oh my God, what a swag kill with that hammer throw. T-Barbie saying, "Hey, you like that haircut? I got one too." And then able to close out the round with the hammer. That was a funny one. Man, great stuff right there from 37 Rats. It looked like all of a sudden that we were going to come back in that round too. After T-Barbie had that awesome life lead. But T-Barbie kept it up, man. This is a cool matchup to watch. I think that Bedman has a lot of interesting ways to get around the items. Of course, having that 8-way dash and having some very forward-moving special moves, right? You got your 236S and then well, it's a normal move, but then you got your 2H, right? Of course. And then you have the pins to try to jail back the Faust if the Faust wants to item throw and item toss and stuff, and wants to try to start up thrust and wants to try to do some of these long-range normals. You do have your projectiles, but T Barbie has shown us that we're already willing and knowledgeable to actually crawl those projectiles. The overhead connects. Look out for that bomb. Gonna turn into a bombo. Tried to keep it going with that 5K after. I see you, T Barbie. I saw you, T. Getting a nice whiff punish on that 6P. Now, Faust does have a lot of anti-air buttons. You got the 2S, the 5K, and the 6P, of course. But that 6P has a pretty decent dead zone. You saw 37 Rats able to get over it earlier, but next interaction, T is able to close it out regardless. The air code's coming out. We got the Kobe from down screen. T right now with some good blocks, using that faultless defense to push back 37 Rats a bit. But once we get that cross-up mix, we get the throw after. Now, I think the way the cross-up mix works is that you can't really get a punish unless you're teching the throw or jumping the attempt of a throw from T Barbie. So that one can be a little weird to punish. You saw T getting you with that throw, but too active on the hit stun after using those lows, after using that 2D. We got beat up by our own bomb. Wild assaulting in. Look at how much frame advantage we get from using that wild assault into that thrust. Good crawl under that projectile. Oh, and the far slash, bro. Dude, you can really get around a lot of these buttons from Bedman as Faust, just holding down back and down forward. But 37's got you picked up, got you here in this corner. Look at these overheads getting blocked. Amazing blocks there from T Barbie. We had that Scarecrow turning that overhead to a red RC. Cross up, ready? Oh, never mind, it was 5D. Oh, okay. Kept their mix safe with that purple Roman cancel. Delilah with the afro is so cute. Did you see her? Anyways, great stuff right there from T Barbie, keeping that mix safe with that PRC. 37 Rats wanted to fight back there, but we kept it safe. Dude, she's so cute with the afro. All right, we're going to game 5. How are we living, everybody? Viking Lord having fun in the chat, learning some stuff, Viking Lord? Yeah, sometimes, this is a beginner bracket, but sometimes it is hard to remember just how much of the information that I'm commentating about and how much on the screen is... Holly, you're so fucked up for that. Holly, you're so fucked up. Shouts to the Twitch chat. Sometimes it can be, excuse me, the VOD watchers have no idea what I'm saying. There's a lot of implicit information coming out here, whether it's coming from other fighting games or whether it's coming from, you know, research put into the game. Now, these are quote-unquote beginners, right? Because this is a beginner bracket. But some of these players probably have hundreds of hours in the game. And you're probably thinking, that's not a beginner then. What the heck? You know, beginners with hundreds of hours? But fighting games are a very demanding genre. They require a lot of time put in and outside of the game to learn the lingo, learn the combos, learn the character matchups, learn how to pilot your own characters, right? There's a lot that goes into it, and it shows up when you get to these top 8s. Look at that, T Barbie on a comeback, it feels like, on set point, but a very hard fought one. Both of these players playing very unique characters with very niche buttons, very niche interactions. You have to really be on your toes this entire set. Some great item RNG there from T Barbie, jailing back this 37 Rats. Try to get in with that white wild assault, but here in season 4, you give up your turn when you use it. T Barbie was able to fight for a second, but now we're back here in the corner using that YRC, but the counter hit far slash out of that YRC. Going to give T Barbie a lot of room to play with here. 37 Rats is going to get this burst, but it's going to be post afro, post safe jump. Didn't get the chance to use it. T Barbie with a really insane comeback, but you got to hand it over to not 37 Rats. I said it for the stream, but I'll say it here for the VOD as well, guys. Shoutouts to both Boobguy and Soundblazer. Coming in here at a previous Jeekly Academy. Boobguy top 8ing the previous Jeekly Academy, but not just playing in the Academy, also playing in the open brackets of the Jeekly, the ones where anyone can enter. The best players in the game play for hundreds of dollars in that bracket, so Boobguy has been entering for the practice to try to get some more XP. Same thing with Soundblazer, playing around in these other brackets, other beginner brackets, on this ABBA, taking people out, and now they're here in top 8 of the Jeekly Academy. It is a beginner's bracket, but as a beginner, it doesn't mean that you can't branch out and try out other brackets, see what the other orgs are hosting, and get that more XP. Soundblazer feeling confident on that wake up, Spencer on that reversal super. Soul Boobguy was getting something started, but Sound shut it down and got that first round. Able to get over that gun flame. Soul Boobguy has a chance here with the burst. Loving what we're seeing over here. Couldn't keep it going with that. Is that far slash or 5H, guys? I don't know my ABBA buttons at all. I'm a fraud. I'm not going to lie to you. YRC to try to fight back here against Soul Boobguy. We're going to turn it into a throw. Nice mix right there. Our nice pressure right there from Sound on that defensive mechanic to get out of the corner. Soul Boobguy, man. So we're losing the deficit in the beginning of the rounds. Soundblazer does have those defensive mechanics to spend to get out of that corner, but Soul Boobguy is starting to cook, it seems, once we get Soundblazer in those minus situations, in those defensive situations. Of course, the mechanics are saving us on that YRC, on that burst, and you got to start looking for them. You got to start baiting them. You got to start routing around them. You got to start planning for it. Back here to get you to the corner. Sound saving that burst for another counter hit possibly, but if you're saving it for just the counter hits, then you're going to get thrown. We did get that positive bonus though. Pretty nice. Soul Boobguy is going to spend their burst right back. We got Sound here in the corner. YRC to fight back here. 2H gives us a nice counter hit. We had to go for the uninstall there, so great routing here from Soundblazer. ABBA, guys, if you're not aware, if you're uninitiated, this is a very hard character to pilot. Of course, once you get to the install mode, some of the combos kind of go into themselves. I'm going to keep it real. But to navigate around that resource, to use it to the best of its ability, and to try to get around someone like Soul Boobguy can be really difficult. Great routing there from Soul Boobguy. I love saying that name, by the way. Sound does get their burst back here. Soul Boobguy dodging that 2S, but able to bait that burst right after. Oh my god, some solid play from this Boobguy. We do have 50 tension to play with, keeping it simple right here with these gun flames. Oh, I like the feints, but Sound is calling you out for it with that run up 2K. Able to go into that install meaty overhead to turn it into a wall break as well. You got to be careful. Dude, you got to give Sound some credit. Able to go up and uninstall right there to go ahead and save that Morhub, save that blood. 2S counter hit, bro, saying, Boobguy, you can't be playing around me like that too much. Well-timed burst there from Boobguy, able to get the tension from the reversal super and to beat up Soundblazer a bit more here. Gets that deep throw, and it's going to beat us up. Soul Boobguy gets one game here on the board. Saying ABBA JR combos are finesse. I'm not saying they're not finesse. I'm not saying they're not finesse. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. I think they're finesse. To be clear, I wasn't actually trying to bad talk ABBA. I just mean that she has some awesome tools in that install. Of course, being able to convert those counter hit overheads. I mean, not even counter hits, just straight hit overheads into conversions. Donzai into 5K after. You're able to do some pretty nasty stuff in that install, and you need it. You do need it because of how bad the character is outside of it. But that shows a good ABBA player, someone who's willing to play in that terribly negative state to try to get around an oppressive character like Soul, who's just going to run you down with these close slashes, with those far slashes, going to zone you out with these gun flames so you can't backdash around too much. But if you get into that install, you start using this RC creatively outside of install, by the way. You saw Soundblazer right there doing a fast RC overhead, but Soul Boobguy was ready with those blocks. Good Vortex combo right here. Red RC to go ahead and confirm this one out. Soul Boobguy couldn't keep the combo going, but in that dropped pressure, able to get you with that mind-melting throw.
Shouts to Ukyo, by the way. Ukyo called something a mind melter one time, and I can't stop saying it. Bar slash counter hit right here on Soundblazer. Wants to go ahead and go into that install, but Soul Boobguy with the level up, guys. Dude, Soul Boobguy with the level up, man. This wasn't the same Soul Boobguy we saw earlier. This Soul Boobguy is playing so hot with these burst baits, with this pressure here in the corner. Must feel so confident against a character like Abba. Of course, Soul Boobguy won their previous match against that Axel. Shoutouts to Alucardius. Was it Alucardius, right? But, or CJR, excuse me. Or maybe I'm getting that mixed up. I apologize. But my point being that Soul Boobguy didn't look this confident. And that's no discredit to Soundblazer. Soundblazer is an oppressive ABBA out here. If you let them get started, you see how well that they're playing. You see how they're managing their resources. You see them doing those fast RC combos outside of install. It's just that Soul Boobguy leveled up, bro. I'm going to keep it a buck. Gonna go ahead and super right through. I mean, DP right through. And that's a smart DP, right? Of course, ABBA does have that Donzai that they can commit to on your wake up. Okay. Oh, my God. Going into the low after the full charge 5D. Boobguy got you mixed up out here, man. And I don't blame you. I'd be getting mixed up, too, by this Boobguy, bro. Nice block, nice block. Try to keep it going with that 2S, but that ABBA 2S, of course, is a very good anti-air, but not as good of an approach button. I know that I personally I play a bit of Bridget where that 2S is not too bad to just run up and throw sometimes, but if I was playing ABBA, I would get stuck pressing that 2S. Gonna get wall splat here, Fafnir for that break. Soul Boobguy playing hot here. Yeah, Goldberg saying, hey, I need a Hail Mary something out here. Getting a good pickup here against Boobguy. Now, that's all ABBA needs. I'm going to keep it a buck. That's all ABBA needs. Okay, smart stuff there from Sound. Able to use the plus frames right there to go into our uninstall, and you had to, or else you would threaten the force uninstall. Boobguy with the throw. Couldn't get the OTG after. But that backdash far slash is going to take it. High APM. Awesome play there from Soul Boobguy. Definitely felt very confident. But you got to hand it off to Soundblazer with an awesome ABBA. Here we go, y'all. Like father, like son. Axel Bama. A little bit of a, what do you call it? A little bit of a deception there. Of course, we did see Alucardius playing some Axel earlier in the bracket. But they're starting off on this Sin again. Arashi Miruku playing a very hot Kai. Oh! Yeah, that red RC, guys. Check that back on the VOD. Slow it down if you don't know. That red RC, because it didn't connect with Alucard, we knew that Alucard had actually started up the burst animation, and you can use that to your advantage. If you're in the middle of a combo and you're spending red RC and you see the red rings of the RC go through the opponent without connecting with them, you know they've already queued up their burst. A Miruku right now, Arashi, able to keep that Stun Dipper safe with PRC, gets Alucard on that follow-up. Nice counter hit to close out that first round. Shouts to the chat. I'm Jeekin. What's going on, YouTube? How you living? Yeah, you guys got to check out the VOD if you ever get a chance. Good counter hit right here with that far slash with that punish on Alucard. Shock state combo coming on. We do have burst on the side of Alucard that we can spend, but we also got a lot of stamina as well. Trying to get a 2S stamina cancel, possibly like 2S Hawkbaker, but able to bait that burst. Yeah, and I don't blame you, Alucard. At that point, Arashi had you in the checkmate, right? It's Arashi knows that they have that life lead. They have the round lead. They can go ahead and hold down back all day. Even if you didn't burst and then you just wake up in the corner, now you're on a one-hit situation. You don't even get a chance to burst. And in fact, depending on what Arashi OTG'd you with, it probably could have killed also. So it's a weird situation. You get checkmated sometimes if someone plays like that. So great stuff to Miruku, but that was only one game. Scum Dipper versus Sun Dipper. I love that one. And Alucard, by the way, sticking on this Sin. We did see their Axel earlier. We'll have to see if they pull it out or if they feel like they have to this time. Arashi gonna send you through the wall. Great stuff here, playing very hot. Alucard does have this 50 tension and a lot of stamina to use on the back foot if Miruku gives you a chance to spend it. Nice back throw right there from Alucard. Trying to bait a burst back from Arashi, but good delay right there. Alucard was looking for it, but good delay. Arashi was able to spend it regardless. Nice run-up throw. Oh my god, and the red RC to confirm it. Alucard, and you know what? I don't blame you. Yeah, great stuff. I was about to say, I don't blame you for bursting there because you had the 100 tension with the positive bonus. You still had stamina. As long as you were calculated, as long as you made no mistakes, well, I mean, you can say that anytime, you were going to win that round. So great stuff, Alucard. Oh, a little bit of a handshake right there. Arashi and Alucard being good sports, giving each other a mid-set handshake. In the corner right now, still got that shock state on you. Arashi got you with this counter hit close slash on that way back down. Getting the perfect. That was a long perfect, by the way, guys. Oh, my lord. Great blocks from Alucard. Gotta get opened up eventually. Oh, dude. Dude. That was going to be messed up if we didn't have that DP after. That was a sick combo from Alucard. Unfortunately, couldn't get the wall break, but man, that was a sick string right there. Catching you with that raw step. Gonna go ahead and beat you through this wall. Miruku does have 50 tension to play with. Gonna spend it on this dragon install. Fuja arcing you down. Man, that Fuja arc comboing after eventually, or rather unfortunately, couldn't keep it going. Dude, these Fuja arcs are crazy. But Alucard just got that burst back. Trying to get out of this corner, but Arashi is ready with that stun dipper back. Not enough to kill despite the install. Only needs one more hit to go ahead and take it out, and it's going to be that jump back stun edge. Arashi, in a much closer game 2, still able to take it out on top. Much closer game 2. Of course, Arashi did have the burst there if we needed to use it. Alucard maybe doing a swap here. Coming out on that Axel. We'll have to see. Alucard having a really hot Axel earlier. Gonna scoop you up. Good round start right here, man. These Axel round starts are so deadly. Arashi right here, of course, does have the game lead, but Axel is a character that can sometimes take you a couple rounds before you even start feeling comfortable. At least I'll speak for myself. I don't mean to project. Sometimes when I'm playing against Axel, bro, you got to give me a couple rounds before I'm even feeling comfortable again. RTLing through that meaty 5H, or that close slash rather. Alucard does have tension to play with right here. But the 5K checks us. Spends it through the stun edge. Arashi does have tension to keep themselves safe. Do we get a punish? We didn't get the punish right there. Alucard checking us with that jump back, jump normal. Sacred Edge to get that shock state applied. Fuja arcing you back down on a pixel. Arashi is here on set point. Heavy stun edge back. Dire Clat. Applying that shock state. Alucard with a good bomber combo, getting that OTG 2H after that, keep pushing back this Kai. And of course you have that stun dipper once you get close, but outside of that it can be kind of hard getting in as this Kai. You can't really cheat too much. The Fuja arc gets covered by a lot of normals. Nice deep gold burst right there from Arashi. Pretty confident that they're going to take this round, and I don't blame them if they got some RC to play with. The positive bonus withering away, but we're able to go into this dragon install, and it's on block, so we get this far slash after. Alucard gonna get beat up here. That's a lot of damage. Is that gonna be enough to kill with the double vapor thrust combo? Oh my god, Arashi. Coming up next, guys. 37 rats up against Soul Boobguy. Playing very hot on this Soul. getting us with these throws here in the corner. 37 with a good tech to try to get back out. 236-essing back this Soul Boobguy. Checking us back with these error codes as well. Trying to get something started, but that very far-reaching. What was that, a 6S right there? Oh, great back throw right there. 37 Rats was probably looking for the tech. Soul Boobguy doing just enough throws to where we're not getting over-punished for them. We're not super committing to them, but we're getting people thinking about them so that we can get these counter-hit close slashes as well. 37 trying to get out of this corner, but that deep dash cancel after gets us the throw. And just like that, 37 gets counter-hit on that wake-up because we're looking for those throws so bad. We don't want to get hit by them by this Boobguy. Great combo here, Boobguy. 37 Rats was ready with that back throw, though. Also ready with their own back throw. Boobguy's got you here. Going into that empty JH low. That's a tricky mix right there. Try to get the throw after. But 37 wasn't spaced in a way where we could have gotten it. Boobguy getting that vortex from downtown. Nice counter hits. Got 37 here in the corner. Trying to 2K through here. The YRC gives us another chance. Boobguy does have the burst for another chance if we even need it, by the way, or if we want to use it on the Wild Salt like we just did. But that empty low, I mean, that nothing after the revolver going into the throw. Soul Boobguy able to get this game won. Great stuff. Great stuff here from Boobguy. We got 37 Rats sticking on this Bedman. It's not a very common thing for people to have multiple characters. So you've seen some people today being able to swap back and forth. That's not common. Normally we just stick on our one character. And here we go. We're going to stick on this Bedman up against this Soul. Trying to get something started here. Checking you back with that 2P. Boobguy trying to close that distance with the burst. Getting back in with Bandit Bringer. Nice. Good check with that 2P. That's a good button right there to check back with when that Soul Boobguy is trying to do a deep run up. But we got you here in this corner. We got these throws coming out. JHing you down. We're going to carry you across the screen. Look at that respect that we're giving on those DPs because Soul Boobguy is not scared to send it on those SVVs. Going to Kobe from across the screen. Good FD blocks here from this Soul, getting some distance back out. Bandit Bringer to try to get out of the corner, try to get some counter hits applied. 37 really patient on that burst, by the way. Soul Boobguy was looking for the bait, but now 37's going to spend it. We do have tension to play with here, so it's not a terrible idea. Bandit Bringer and SVV are now very dangerous on Oki, but that's why you see 37 Rats playing the way that they are with these pins. Able to go ahead and turn this 236S into a red RC. Cancel on the super. Oh, Soul Boobguy on a pixel. Able to get in with that revolver. YRC gets another chance. Soul Boobguy's going to spin that burst. Able to dodge it out. And that back jump pin from 37 Rats. Dog, that was a crazy game. Both of our players able to spend those bursts. Getting a chance to clash. Oh my God. Clash canceling through the error code on that DP and then getting the follow-up after. Soul Boobguy, you're crazy for that. Crazy good that is. That's crazy. 37 getting this back throw here on Soul Boobguy. SVV coming out. Soul Boobguy's not scared to send those SVVs. Nice 6P, bro. You saw 37 playing really good with those 6Ps earlier against that Millia. Soul Boobguy. Dude, Soul Boobguy loves going for that low after the Bandit Revolver. I think we've done it every time. Oh, giving us a chance to burst out of this corner. 37 with that far side. Red RC. Oh, man, we couldn't get around that burst. 37. One more pin will do it. But the Bandit Bringer gets to pick up Soul Boobguy. Spending that burst very confidently in the corner. Counter hitting with that 5H on the round start. Try to keep it going with that HVV combo, but we're able to get out of it. Sending that DP, bro. You know we're churning that DP if it clash cancels and goes into another one. You know we're churning that DP. Look at that. Says, hey, I'm never minus. I'm never minus. 2 throws, 3 throws. Nope, it was actually just 2. Going to this Tyrant Rave. Soul Boobguy with a crazy comeback. Getting game 2. Solid stuff, man. Soul Boobguy, you gotta give them some credit, is so good at doing just enough throws to where we don't... I don't know. Dude, Soul Boobguy would be beating my ass right now, if that's not clear. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Shout outs to this, by the way. Shout outs to this. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Okay, here we go. Color swap here for Boobguy, pulling out that orange soul. I love that orange soul color palette. Able to burst out of this corner. Bandit Bringer, dude, that was actually a really well-timed Bandit Bringer because it was able to get the error code stopped for the side of 37 Rats. Soul Boobguy getting that burst baited and losing a lot of HP here. We do have 50 tension to play with, but 37 Rats has that 50 tension to fight back with. 100 tension now for the side of 37. Going to pick it up with that overhead. Nice cross up right there. Oh, that was a 6S? A 6S? That was probably a DP. I'm gonna keep it a buck, but turn into a 6S because 37 Rats got the cross up instead. 6H. Oh, excuse me. Okay, never mind then. I don't know. Gonna catch you with that frame trap. Oh man, jailing you back with these error codes, catching you on that JH on that landing. Though Boobguy in the gap was really willing to spend it on that DP, but these frame trap specials have been going crazy for not 37 Rats. BRC to slow it down, but what a good check with that 2P. 37 felt that run up coming. Look at this, man. 37 felt that run up coming. Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, man. I would have been getting thrown there. 37 Rats with some good play. Hot stuff from both our players. Soul Boobguy on such a violent soul out here, man. I'll throw it up again. Look at this. Look at this. What do you think about this? All right, here we go. Game 4. Go blocks, go blocks. Wall assaulting to stay in, but that deep wall assault gets the wild throw right after, checking you with that 2K. Oh, yeah, dude, if you guys haven't caught on yet, Soul Boobguy loves going for those empty revolver lows, man. Look at this. Whoa, I knew it! Guys, you gotta see what we're going for. You gotta see these Boobguy lows. Oh, drop the HVV combo, but PRC keeps it safe. Good close slashes. Oh my god, we got like 3 of them right there. Of course, you want to turn that into a wall break as well, but this air code's going to carry you to the corner. We got another one queued up with that 2-3-6S. Oh my god, okay. Great check right there from 37 Rats. Soul Boobguy will burst this. If we need to, that is. Fafnir closing out the round, putting us on set point. Early burst right there, and you can afford to do that. Checking you back with that error code, though. Great stuff there from 37 Rats. Getting that punish on the Vortex. We got Boobguy here in the corner, going for that double overhead, canceling into the error to send this Boobguy through the wall. Oh! 2K after that Bandit Bringer. Great back throw right there. Missed the meaty on the close slash, but too early on the throw meant that we missed the damage. We'll see if it ends up mattering, scooping us back with that far slash. Boobguy was churning that DP, trying to get out of those specials, but 37 Rats kept it going. Still set point for Boobguy, but we got burst to spend if we need to. Boobguy spending it on that Wild Assault in the gap, was able to get that DP, but 37 was ready with that back throw incident. Gotta be careful about those clash cancels. You know Boobguy is fucking churning it, bro. You know they're churning it when it's clash cancel into another one. You know. Red RC. Gonna be sent to the wall here with this error code. Boobguy. Very confident on these wake-ups. It's only a soft knockdown, so able to go into that revolver. PRC was able to get that 5K combo earlier, but not this time. Gonna check you on that 2K, on that run up. Really deep jumping right there, and then a burst bait. Great stuff there from Boobguy. Has the YRC to get out of the corner, but very confident with that throw. Good tech. Good tech. Low, low, low. Okay, that time it was a close slash. Empty jump in right there. One more. Hit the ticket with the PRC to slow it down. 37 Rats catches you with that 2H236S right after. Tried to respect that DP. Gets the pickup. Here we go. Oh my God. Starting off strong. Rats right there with that burst. But Soul Boobguy gonna run you down. Oh my God, what an amazing tech right there from 37 Rats. Oh my, okay, dude, awesome adaptation right there from 37 Rats, because we've been getting that burst baited there every time Soul Boobguy was looking for it again. We Fafnir'd your back here, try to get it started, but that counter hit jump normal. Soul Boobguy able to see it coming, playing so hot on this Soul. Both players no burst here, gonna pin you back here. Great stuff here from Soul Boobguy. Sending you through. Hot stuff on this Fafnir. Wild Assault, White Wild Assault. Tried to keep it going. Unfortunately, wasn't close enough to get that close slash after. Soul Boobguy gonna run you down. Looking out for this revolver low. It's the low every time, guys. 5D Red RC connects Soul Boobguy to Anji to keep that combo going. That deep jump in is going to go ahead and get this counter hit. 37 Rats does have 50 tension to play with. Has to fight back here. Is going to start it with that White Wall Assault. Red RC catches you on that 2H236S. The overhead connects. That's a lot of damage. Going to be able to send you through and get this hard soft knockdown positive bonus. But on such little life, you got to be careful. The revolver doesn't get the follow-up. The YRC comes out, but the Red RC from Soul Boobguy gets to see the slowdown and is able to get that last game. Great stuff to Soul Boobguy, but awesome set from both players, especially 37 Rats. Coming up, guys, we got a little bit of a Kai mirror. We're fighting at work. It's Arashi Miruku up against Coffee Fields. Both awesome Kais here in this bracket. We've had some great Kais before. A couple of them making it out. Shout outs to our Fallen Kai. Shouts to Nothing. Shout outs to Rev. Well, Fallen. You know what I mean by Fallen. Like a good thing. But here we go. We got the new up-and-comers on this Kai. We got Arashi. We got Coffee Fields. Arashi with a good start here with this perfect. What do we got coming up here? 5D is going to get this next hit. Oh my God, we're using the same brain cells out here, guys. We're using those same brain cells. Stun Dipper Red RC is going to go ahead and try to send Arashi through, but we spend that burst back in retaliation. We got 50 tension. Wanted to do it on that Foudre arc after, then turn it into a Red RC possibly, but the whiff meant that we ended up missing out. Coffee tried to keep that S Vapor Thrust combo going. But we're getting this pickup after. Tried to do that 5K 5D link. Coffee, very patient, much respect given to that Vapor Thrust, but Arashi kept it simple with that Wake Up Abare. Great stuff.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, getting punished there on that DP. Coffee Fields was ready with that S 2S rather, after to take us through. That's a lot of damage off for that punish. Stun Dipper Red RC coming out. Coffee Fields being sent through here. Or rather, Arashi being sent through. Coffee Fields is on the upper hand here in this round. Let me go ahead and put some colors on the screen so you guys know who is who. Of course, you got Arashi is blue right now, and then you got Coffee Fields on the green. Let me get that updated for the overlay. There you go. Let me capitalize that G. There we go. You know who's who now. Arashi going to go ahead and send you through with this 5D Shock State combo. Coffee Fields does have tension to play with. Going to do so on that Stun Dipper to keep it safe. I like this string fighting back. Arashi doesn't get punished on that 2S, but we do able to close in regardless. Good stuff, Coffee. Deep jumping right there, but that means we get into the corner ourselves. Coffee with some stagger here, trying to... I'm getting them mixed up, guys. Arashi with the stagger. Now, Coffee's out of the corner, getting this burst baited. Arashi scooping with the Fuji Arc, wanting to keep it going, but gets that jump in regardless, able to still close it out. Man, are y'all having trouble keeping up, or is it just me? Could just be me. Been watching a lot of matches today. Can you blame me? Arashi bursting right there. Oh, no punish on that with throw. Coffee running you back to this corner. I like those stagger close slashes. Fuji Arc counter hit turns into a nice string here for Arashi. Got that shock state applied. Continuing it onto Coffee. We're doing a good job of jumping over those heavy stun edges from Coffee. Able to get in. Getting this soft knockdown, that 2K2D. Oh, trying to see if we can catch Arashi in a burst, or rather in a DP in the middle of those hits of that heavy stun edge, but not today. Able to get that Sun Dipper Red RC. Coffee did just get that burst back, able to use it. Gets this confirmed on their Stun Dipper Red RC. I think Arashi will be able to get their burst back as well. Unfortunately, couldn't get that hit right there, but we did get the air throw. Coffee Fields able to close it out on a clencher. That one got pretty close there for both of our players. Great stuff, guys. Still moving through this bracket.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
I'm going to keep it a million with y'all. I commentated the Open last night solo, so I talked nonstop for like 5 hours. Right now, I'm going to keep it a million. I think it's starting to hit my voice. It's starting to hit my throat right now. I think I need some more water. It's starting to die out here, but I'm having fun watching how awesome these Kais are playing. Arashi and Miruku definitely deserve that respect. On the mic, playing so hot. Coffee getting that shock state applied to that dire clat. Arashi taking you back to this corner though, going to counter hit and turn this to a red RC combo. Oh my god. Okay, couldn't finish it there. Call it a bit of a drop to Mole. Coffee 6P'ing you back. A lot of respect given to that Vapor Thrust, but that's some credit to Arashi. Just the threat of that Vapor Thrust is enough. We're able to wake up. We're able to check with 2Ps. We're able to do some really good stuff. Oh, trying to get that dire clap. But we are ready with that stun edge. Now, you can't get too cheeky with those charged 5Ds here in the Academy. At least not this far up in the bracket, man. These guys are killers out here. You got to be careful. Try to get that gold burst to get out of the corner. Miruku does have tension to play with, and is going to start so with this back throw red RC. Coffee needs to get something started on their end. Nice deep throw right there from Coffee. Try to get that OTG as well. Great stuff. Oh, try to go for the 2S, but Arashi showed you a faster low on that 2D. Cool counter hit right there. Trying to keep Coffee from getting out of the corner. Does a good job of that. Sacred Edge for this hard knockdown. That 5K safe jab, not safe enough. We're able to DP back and forth. Arashi is going to be able to keep this combo going, or at least the pressure going. And in that stagger, that 2D gets the pickup. Arashi is up 2-1. Great stuff, everybody. We're still moving through. After this is going to be our winner's side of the bracket, so stay tuned for that. Right now, though, Coffee Fields is dancing around these far slashes, keeping Arashi in the corner with those stun edges, but aggressive on that approach. Arashi checked you with 6P. And you got to be willing. I mean, honestly, man, 6P. I'm not going to go tell you to start pressing that button in neutral randomly. But that button, you got to go ahead and use it sometimes against these characters with good far slashes to just show them that you're aware of what they're trying to do. They're trying to run at you. They're trying to get their pressure started. They're trying to special cancel into their advancing normals, specials rather, like Future Arc, like Stun Dipper, off of those far slashes. So if you're showing them that you can see that, you're looking for that with 6P, it can be a decent answer sometimes. But you got to be careful, because if you're too cautious, or rather too preemptive with buttons like that, with your 6P, with your far slash, people like Coffee are going to be able to stun dipper right under. DI. Nice counter hit pickup right there. Coffee has the burst, but doesn't need to use it. Is able to Sacred Edge through the DI'd stun edge and able to get that first round. But that was such a long-ass round, guys. That one went on forever. Keep you in the corner. Counter hit coming out for Coffee Fields. Counter hitting again with that dire clat. Couldn't keep the combo going, but we kept it safe with that PRC. Sometimes that's enough, man. Good block on that 5D, man. Arashi's looking for it. Arashi's willing to do those charge 5Ds on your wake up. So smart that they're looking back for it. Coffee Fields getting this second game, though. However, guys, we're going to a game 5 in this battle of the Kais in this mirror match. Both players definitely playing very hot. Deserve their spots so far in this bracket. Yeah, which one is your dad, Master Shake? Which one? What's going on, Spelling Bee? Saying I need coffee to lock in. We got a coffee fan out here. I could use some coffee right now. Coffee Fields, you got to hook me up with a cup after this one. Win or lose. And I got some milk to go with it, huh? Get it? Because of Arashi's name. You guys get it? Anyways, here we go. Sending you through the wall. Coffee with a really hot start right here. FDing you back, but we're getting in with that Wild Assault. We're turning this combo into a break. We're going to loop that positive bonus. We're not going to be able to kill here. But the stun edges are going to jail us back. Dude, that's all you need, bro. Some simple, quick buttons to take away that life lead. That 5P. Ooh. Very preemptive far slash right there, but Coffee has showed you that they're willing to do that stun dipper. So if Arashi gets too comfortable with that, Coffee does have the answer. We'll have to see if it matters or if it comes up. Arashi ready with that stun dipper Red RC though. Getting you on that tick throw with that 2P Red RC to confirm and try to bait that burst as well, saying, hey, are you going to give it to me? Coffee rightfully holding on to it. Last round, last game, full resources for both players. It couldn't be closer than this. Getting a punish here. Coffee Fields has Arashi in the corner. Going to spend that burst. And the thing about these orange Wild Assault characters is that if you have to spend your burst on that defensive mechanic, then you don't have it to confirm the counter hits after. So we're able to stay on top. Getting bursted back, or rather getting DI'd back, but we did get that stun edge queued up. Nice counter hit here from Coffee. Gonna be able to take you to this wall splat? No, not quite yet. Arashi does have that DP to get out. Coffee's going to spend this RTL, but it's going to get punished. Back throw incident coming out. Coffee now doesn't have any tension to play with. Only has that deflect shield. I don't know if we'll get a chance to burst depending on how this is routed. The combo didn't connect. Great tech right there from Coffee Fields. Only one more hit will take it from either player, and it's going to be that fall down counter hit from Coffee Fields. But damn, that was looking close there for a second. Up here on the winner's side, guys, it's going to be T Barbie up against SheerHeartDefend. We'll have to see who comes out on top here. T Barbie, of course, playing an awesome Faust. SheerHeart is that Eno. Are you guys hip? She is that Eno. If you've been watching her games today, hadn't dropped a single game until she played against Coffee Fields on the winner's side of the bracket. Gonna spend that tension on these supers, man. This is why she plays Eno. She loves those two supers, knows how to RPS with them, knows how to keep you guessing on them. And she uses them very well. Nice check on that sultry. You gotta do that, man. You can't let these Enos get away with looping that stuff in your face over and over. You gotta be able to play around those sultries. Pressing that 2S though. SheerHeart's able to mash out of that run-up attempt after T Barbie was about to run away with that round after that RC Scarecrow, but couldn't keep it going. 6P'ing you back, able to get this afro out. Good blocks. That 2S is such a hell of a normal from Eno, because not only do you have to look out for that MLA, which is coming out a lot from the side of T Barbie, but you got to be careful about that S and H stroke. The things that beat the MLA don't beat the strokes. So you got to RPS with her. You got to play around that offense, or he's got to knock it 2S forehead. But man, I personally have a lot of trouble with that. And look how strong SheerHeart is at putting that pressure on her opponents. Right there, looking out for that reversal super from T Barbie, or also probably just looking out for a burst. But was able to keep it safe, able to keep it calm there. Blocking out and then getting that bait after. T been playing pretty hot on this Faust today. Been making people learn this matchup on the fly. And this can be, matchups really don't matter until like the absolute epitome of the highest level in this game. But I will say that Faust does have some decent tools to RPS with that Eno neutral, right? You got some pretty good anti-airs. You got 5K, which checks pretty big. You got 2H to check their stroke from a distance. If they do just want to air dash at you, again, 5K, 2S, 6P. You got a lot of good anti-airs. You got good air-to-airs with JH. But if that Eno does a good job of approaching you, of making you guess, of being able to get in with the sultries like we're seeing SheerHeart do right now, then those anti-airs aren't going to matter. T Barbie doing a good job of showing us them previously in this matchup. Man, what a heads-up super right there from SheerHeart, calling out that 6H attempt. Goal bursting, saying, hey, it's still my turn. It's always my turn. Gets the counter hit follow-up. Had to spend the burst for it, but gets the round. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Good 6P right there. Now, Faust, I think, also was able to... There's not a lot of characters that can do it, but some of these characters are able to actually crawl under that HCL from Eno. I know that... So I played Bridget. I'm able to just dash right under it. I think Faust can? You guys got to correct me on that one. I'm not sure. Some characters can. It's not all of them. So we got some cool options to answer back that Eno potentially. But right now, SheerHeart with that 100 tension, you got to respect it. If she has it, she's going to spend it on you, man. And even if you block it, it's going to go into a red RC after. She's pretty confident with that tension spend. Good combos here from Barbie. From T. Had that burst for the follow-up. But SheerHeart isn't going to let you get a chance to spend it. Trying to get her spot up there on that grand final side. Barbie playing so hot on this Faust. T playing so hot on this Faust. We'll have to see what happens here in this game 3. Good stuff right here. Able to get some hammers down. That J2K not able to take out that stroke, though. SheerHeart catching with that overhead. Canceling the super as well, man. But she has that tension. She's willing to spend it. Gets that cross. That was a neat little cross-up right there. Says, hey, it's always my turn. Holy shit. Gold bursts you back with that little bit of tension. Send it on the super the moment there was a gap. SheerHeart is crazy, bro. SheerHeart is crazy. Nice stuff here. The MLA is coming out crazy. They can be tricky. Spending that super, saying, hey, I'm never minus. Try to take your turn back. I dare you. Good check with that 2P. Catching with that overhead. Scarecrow Red RC is going to turn this one into a wall break. Oh, okay. SheerHeart a little active on that wake up, but Barbie had that active hitbox with that mix. Trying to anti-air that sultry approach. Far slash coming out. Wild Assault taking away the burst, but then SheerHeart had it right back. A big win there for T. Because not only, of course, we're still in the set, right? You know, we were facing set point there potentially, but able to get that burst back from SheerHeart. She won't have a chance to use it here in this round, but we gotta get her down first before that lead can manifest, right? The stroke connects, able to bait that burst after, has 100 tension, and she's so dangerous with that 100 tension. Goes for the reversal super, not the command grab super. Barbie getting sent out down to the loser. SheerHeart playing so hot on that Eno. Chugging through this loser side of the Jeekly Academy 15. Both of these players have already earned their spot in our upcoming invitational, the Clash Reunion 2, showing up on May 17th. But until then, we gotta see who's going to graduate from this academy. Barbie having some good items so far with that mini Faust, with that meteor, and now this 100-ton weight is going to have to push Coffee back a bit. We do have that shock state, but wasn't able to take advantage of it because of that item play from T. We're trying to get in with this nice 6P right here. Good stuff. Red RC pickup as well. We got Coffee back here in this corner with the bomb. But too active with that stun dipper. We get a bit of a bombo, but unfortunately right there wasn't able to get any other wall break. Was already queued up in the mix, so we wasn't able to get enough damage to get that kill at first, but the love, of course, taking it on that next interaction. Good stuff right there, T. Very solid play. Coffee gonna have to get around some of these items, but right now we're doing a good use of that J2K. I was saying it earlier in the Arashi set. T is really good at using that J2K at playing around this Kai, right? Able to go over those far slashes, able to call out those stun dippers sometimes, and then also able to crawl under those stun edges if it comes up. But right now, Coffee getting this pickup, carrying you across the screen. Dog, look at that combo going into that reset with that heavy stun edge. But that's the thing about heavy stun edge against the Faust. If you're able to crawl right under it, you have all that set up for what? Oh my god, that was a ballsy far slash right there from Coffee Fields. Ballsy far slash from Coffee Fields. Able to close out that round regardless with the close slash. Evened up on the resources. Both players have the burst now. Oh, and Snoop Troop asking in the chat what time the Clash Reunion is going to be. So the Clash Reunion, again, May 17th, 2 Saturdays from now. Because you still have the Academy 16 to try to qualify. But it will be at the same time. So we run these at 1 p.m. EST bi-weekly. 1 p.m. EST bi-weekly, so it'll be at the same time. And around the same length. As the last one ran about the same length. So what are we at right now? We're about like 3 hours in? 3.5 hours in? Great stuff right here from Barbie. Man, I was doing all that yapping. Barbie out here playing hot against Coffee Fields, man. Very solid round 3 right there. Both players going into that round with basically even resources. T going to come out on top, though.
Man. Duel 1.
Nice stuff right here. Able to get around that stun edge. J2K down. Able to call out not only just the far slashes and the stun dippers, but also that Fuja arc, depending on the angle that we get, man. This Faust has some pretty good zoning here to fight back against this Kai. J2K mix. Gonna get us that JK pickup after. And what smart play from Coffee, knowing that if I get the throw, I'll be able to invuln that bomb. Didn't recognize the burst on that red RC. Careful! Gotta be careful about those bombs. Barbie, showing you why. Taking you back here to this corner. The Afro applied. Barbie's going to try to use it with that JD if we get a chance to. Try to get something started here with these JKs, J2Ks. But the counter hit far slash confirming into this RTL. Coffee Fields with the throw on regardless, able to get this first round in game 2. Yeah, this top 4 is pretty diverse. Great stuff to all of our players, making it so far through this bracket. Barbie and Coffee Fields here in the finals of losers, trying to get a shot up there at grand finals. 100-ton weight getting eaten up there, but Coffee able to recognize that and turn it into a stun dipper red RC. Barbie in the corner, trying to get something started with that J2K red RC possibly. Loves doing that overhead scarecrow red RC. He loves going for that one. Hammer. Gonna keep your turn. Dude, that was smart there from T. Recognized that Coffee was ready to block that mix, and just kept themselves safe instead. Went backwards with it. Smart play, T. Try to get that mix after. Couldn't keep it going. That Vapor Thrust is gonna take this game 2. Coffee Fields doing a great stuff.
Mankind. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Six P in you back. Getting these hammers thrown. I like this stuff here from T. Playing around this zoning from Coffee, but Coffee with that goat-ass 5P. Great stuff, keeping those anti-air simple. Able to get pretty decent conversions off the 5Ps, especially in the corner. Barbie wanted to get that mix after. Coffee tried to get the punish and actually, unironically, got punished by the bomb then after. Nice run-up 2K here from our Faust, from our Barbie. 5D red RC has to still block that trumpet. Coffee's going to use that to their advantage and actually get a cross up here. Deep throws come out. I got to be careful saying that. Deep throws coming out. Good counter hit 6B right there. Coffee Fields, only one more hit to take it. T is going to finish it off. That mini Faust was also going to follow you up. So great stuff. Great patience. I like that juggle 5K. Good anti-airs here from T. Very strong stuff. Oh my god. Wow. What an awesome hammer back against that stun edge angle. I'm actually surprised it worked out that way. Dude, T's anti-airs have been so good. Catching that backdash with that 2K, but Coffee showed you that we were willing to backdash there in the corner. Still win for that command grab. Barbie getting beat up for it. Coffee getting this deep throw after that check with the 2K. I swear that one was on accident. YRC going to get us out of this corner. Wild Assault into that charge thrust. I've been seeing that string all day. T loves going for it. No, unfortunate that J2K on hit didn't turn into a mix. Arxis, do you see this? Arxis, do you see this? Man, that is crazy stuff. Coffee Fields running away with that round. T. Good spacing. Doesn't get punished by that 2K afterwards. Checking with that 5K, that run up. Trying to DP right through that meteor. Oh my god, T. T probably could have kept that combo going if we did maybe 5K or something. I'm not trying to backseat, but trying to say, like, damn, that was actually a really cool interaction. I mean, I don't blame you for going for the close slash. Coffee Fields getting that Sun Dipper Red RC. T does have tension to play with when we wake up. Such good job crawling those stun edges, bro. It's like nullifying an entire part of Kai's kit. Sun Dipper Red RC, it's going to be a lot of damage. Couldn't keep that combo going, though. Barbie gets another chance here. Tries to get that love, but the dead zone 6P. We're still alive. The Wild Assault combo didn't connect all the way through. Run up 2K, great tech. Coffee Fields didn't get the RC back in time. Went for that Stun Dipper Hail Mary, but couldn't get the RC back in time. Oh my god. Faust can't kill, bro. This character needs some help, but T, regardless, was still able to clutch it up. Still was able to clutch it up. Maybe there's a way you could have killed there. I don't know, bro. Faust is crazy, bro. T doing some great stuff here on this Faust. But I can't say that without also giving credit back to Coffee Fields. A very solid Kai. We saw them in the very first round today, I think it was. And they've been playing hot ever since. Getting that shock state applied. Trying to fight back against this Faust. But that Afro, you got to be careful. That JD, really potent once you got that Afro applied. Tried the Sun Dipper through that mini Faust. T catching you, though. If you get too comfortable pressing buttons after on that mix, T's going to beat you up for it. And now we're here on set point, guys. Nice 5K check. Stun dippering through, or excuse me, DPing through. But that bomb's still beating up this Coffee Fields. PRC going to extend this combo through. T only needs one more interaction here to take this set, potentially. He's got the mini Faust to back us up, that trumpet. RTL is going to get us through here, but the hits of the mini Faust actually canceled the super Coffee getting caught by that J2K. T doing a good job of smothering you in the corner. Going to move on to that grand finals for the run back. Grand finals of the Academy 15, everybody. This is a run back set. SheerHeart ending up getting through this entire bracket, only dropping a single game today, no sets. T Barbie coming in from that winner side to the loser side, earning their spot back up here, is going to try to get this run back against this Eno. And this Eno is a hard player. You can see it with this reversal super right now, able to get out of that situation from T. Like what I'm seeing here. Got us juggled around, going for that command grab super in the corner, though. SheerHeart is so willing to spend that tension, bro. So willing to spend that tension. Keeping that lead, making you guess when we have the meter how we're going to use it, and forcing this game plan, getting on you with sultries, getting on you with these strokes, getting on you with these MLAs. Barbie right here with some good blocks. The projectile super coming out. Close slash counter hit coming out for Barbie. Great stuff here, man. 5K for that wall splat. Tried to go for the thrust after. I think the thrust input is a tricky one. It's a half circle in a direction. So sometimes you get that DP instead. That DP input snip, snip, snip. SheerHeart going to use that command grab again. This time, very close to killing. T does have burst and 50 tension to play with. Starts it off with that BRC, that burst rather, excuse me. Gets a pick up on this red RC. SheerHeart is a burster. And it pays off. Able to get this first round, this first game here in this grand final set. SheerHeart showing you how strong she is with that 50 tension. Not willing to hold anything. Willing to beat you up. Willing to spend that burst as soon as we get it. And a well-timed one, by the way. Putting Barbie right to the corner. Putting T into the corner. Able to set us up for that hover dash overhead. Here we go. Able to dance around that round start, but SheerHeart was ready to press back with that 2S and got a counter hit for it. We're blocking out, but that MLA connects. SheerHeart loves getting away with that MLA. Faust does have some cool anti-airs to try to fight back against it potentially, but it can be hard. Because you got to guess between the MLA sometimes, or if it's going to be stroke, and it's not the most reactable. I mean, I don't know. I bet if you look up the frame data, it's super reactable. I'll speak for myself. I'll speak for myself. Trying to keep yourself safe from that bomb. SheerHeart getting called out with that sultry on that bomb. Great blocks on the low after. Mix, mix, mix. Mini Faust, rather. Trying to get us one more hit, but SheerHeart only needs that 2S to finish it off. Great round from her on this Eno. Had the 100 tension to back it up as well. Some good stagger pressure here. Got you on that sniff set. SheerHeart was ready to do a jump, possibly. But for now, you're getting beat up. T looking hot right here. Keeping this pressure going. SheerHeart ready to press that 2S, man. If you give her too much of a frame, too much of a gap in the frames, she's willing to press that counter hit and get out of it. And I like that full charge 5D for as much damage she possibly gets. Counter hitting on that far slash, fighting back with that 6P, but SheerHeart able to call out that gold burst. 100 tension on her side. Will she get a chance to spend it? Oh, thank God. And depending on who you're rooting for, thank God T killed right there. Because SheerHeart with 100 tension, bro, I don't know what she was going to do. Oh, man. That was ballsy. That 5D right there. Good blocks there from T. We're getting sent through. We're canceling the super. We're going to get a hard knockdown here. T does have tension to play with. Does have that deflect shield. Bro, was that a cross up? Oh my God. That would have hit me, bro. God damn. Great block there from T. Only needs one more interaction from the side of SheerHeart, and she gets it on that sultry. We're up 2-0 in this grand finals. Dude, this Eno is a menace, bro. This Eno is a menace, bro. You gotta know what's happening up here when she's got that 50 tension, and it's hard to know, bro. It is hard to know. Okay. SheerHeart's at 1 second in the Twitch chat. We're going to give her a minute. Give her a sec. Hakusama, thank you very much for that follow, homie. Appreciate you. You're here watching the Academy 15. We're going to see who wins this grand finals. T coming back up from the loser side, trying to get this run back up against SheerHeartDefend, a previous top 8er of the Academy. This is T's first ever attempt and already getting up to second place. That's insane. Our last Faust to do this was Red Dawn, and their first ever Jeekly Academy made it all the way to grand finals. They didn't make it that week, but then the week after, they were able to take it back. So we'll have to see, is T going to be able to make this comeback? It's going to be a mountain to climb. I'm going to keep it a buck because you've got to get through a lot. You're going to have to win many games here. SheerHeart right here, very aggressive player. Good blocks here on these overheads. Able to jump that stroke, check you on that J2K landing. MLA coming out. Good check on that SheerHeart. There's a lot of gaps in those overhead strings after that first one connects, after that first MLA. So T was able to challenge it back. 1337 followers. That's actually a funny number. Good stuff. Thank you, Hakasama, for that one. 1337. Here we go, guys. Shouts to the Twitch. Shouts to the YouTube, by the way. If y'all are watching this VOD right now, watching the grand finals, I appreciate you. Hope you guys having fun watching some Jeekly Academy. T right now trying to make this comeback. Only needs one more good interaction here against SheerHeart to take it out. But she's running us down the screen right now, bro. 5H getting us a counter hit. Couldn't keep it going after. She's trying to get one more. Goes for the goal burst. So confident and able to cancel into this super. It's going to kill. Bring us to set point. Bro, she presses the buttons that she wants to press, man. Getting a wall splat here. MLA for that wall break. SheerHeart doesn't have any burst or tension to spend on Wild Assault. Burst spend on what, you know what I'm trying to say. But does have that 100 tension, bro. And that's when SheerHeart is scary. That's when she's her scariest. Overhead Scarecrow coming out. We're taking her to the wall. 100 tension. Oh my god, dude. Shoutouts to Barbie. Shoutouts to Barbie for saying, you're not going to super this one. Oh, but the hover dash overhead. Good stuff from SheerHeart. Has that 50 tension. Are you going to be able to get around this meteor? Got you jailed back. Goes for that red RC low. SheerHeart had the burst. The 100-ton wave comes out. FDing out those projectiles and checks you with the 2P on the landing. T. Dealing SheerHeart her only second loss of the entire tournament. Only her second loss of the entire tournament. T just dealt that blow just now. See what we got now, guys. Great start here. SheerHeart, of course, already having that lead. We'll have to see if they can keep it going. Able to get that far slash through that bomb explosion. Blocking out that stroke. Gold bursting on your minus frames, bro. That is crazy. Checking with that JK on the landing. Good stuff. Blocking out that bomb. SheerHeart wise for doing so. Just keeping it simple. Saying, hey, I want to keep this corner pressure. Oh, try to get that cross up JD again. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, T showed you before that we're willing to challenge there. So SheerHeart going for the super and then 5D'ing on the landing saying, hey, I never minus, homie. It's always my turn. Sheer is insane at this game, guys. Holy moly. Re-snip, snipping again, getting that JD connection. Let's see if she gets hit by that afro. She does, trying to get out of that corner. T takes advantage of that and gets the wall splat after. Scarecrowing around, a good answer to that stroke. Spending that burst immediately. We'll have to see if SheerHeart's going to have it for this other side. Trying to keep it going, trying to keep it going. SheerHeart on top of you. Fighting back here. Only has one bit of life left. We'll have to see if she can do anything about it. Has this hard knockdown, but T does have the burst to spend. Spends it on that love to start. FDing out here a bit. Goes for that Scarecrow PRC to get one more hit. Okay, we get it. No! T trying to get that meaty 2K. But SheerHeart had the 50 tension to fight back. Now, guys, some lore about SheerHeartDefend, okay? I got some lore about SheerHeartDefend. SheerHeartDefend in the Academy 5 got second place against C-Roar. GGG C-Roar graduated in the Academy 5 on November 3rd, 2024. 5 months ago, and SheerHeart got 2nd place. Then in the Clash reunion, our invitational, SheerHeart got 5th place out of 45 people. And those are all top 8 players. So it's only poetic that SheerHeart comes in, says, hey, I'm grandfathered into this shit. I'm going to get my graduation. And just like that, we have our first Eno graduate at the Jeekly Academy. Claps in chat. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll see you all next Friday for the Open. Make sure you join even if you're an Academy student. We'll see you in 2 weeks for the Academy. Otherwise, peace out, guys.